Let's see if I've made it work. Bit rusty with this. Let's see. Yep. Okay, that works. Alright. Go to Discord to make the announcement. Move. Thinking positive. How do I move people again? Oh yeah, move to. Okay, he's been moved. And now. Making some tea. Feel free to join. Actually, before I do make the tea, I will actually give like a reason actually for the the naming of this episode. You know, the subtitle. What's it called? Let me open it to show you what I mean. Give it a second for it to load. Well, I guess I don't really need it to load, and I'll pause it as soon as mute it rather, as soon as I can. There we go, it's muted. The naming behind it, Arrest from Interviews, is I was away last week. I was having to make it from the barbecue that some people may have known about. I had to go home early, so then I could make it to an interview the next day. The only issue is I couldn't take the car ride back home because basically just wasn't wasn't given the opportunity to take the car back. So I had to take the bus and also walk on blisters. And okay, thanks for not believing me, Grandad. That's wonderful. And the week before that, there was another interview. So yeah, eventually we get to this situation. I'll explain it to the others if anyone joins. But yeah, that's why there wasn't the other 2 weeks. I currently feel like I'm doing everything wrong, but hey, I'm making effort. I just feel like I'm doing everything wrong. So yeah, there is that. But I'm trying to get interviews and trying to get jobs, but just don't seem to be getting anywhere with it. Anyway, now I'm just gonna make a cup of tea while I wait to see if anyone wants to actually join, or if, as Thinking Positive is actually currently in the Discord call, he's just muted and deafened himself. I'll just be reading articles and stuff by myself, including the thing that Bleach Demon posted that he probably isn't going to be here for, and I have no context for, which, thanks, Bleach, if that's the case. Anyway, I shall be back. Getting myself a cup of tea now. Hello, anyone? Okay, no one's here. Alright, well, I guess I'll start by myself then. What am I doing? Yes, that one. Alright, had forgotten to effectively start streaming on the Discord as well, so if anyone actually joins, then they'll be able to see it. So, fuck it. I guess we'll have to start without anyone. Okay. So be it, I guess. So, not watched through. That's just weird. Get rid of that. Not watched through that yet, but that's not related. Maybe we can watch that later, but that's sort of like this joke video that I keep showing to people because I kind of find it funny. Alright, so welcome one and all to the Plebs of Shadilay episode 8. Alright, so what is this? Actually, hang on, let me check. Who is this first link put by? Because I think everything's out of date now, admittedly. Shit, actually, also as well, before I forget it. I just deleted them. Did I just do the wrong thing? I think I just did the wrong thing. What I was meant to do. Closed tabs. Please load. Please load. God damn it. Alright, there we go. It's loaded, and now my thing is frozen. Oh, great. Can't win with this. Okay, copy that. Actually, I will be honest as well. One of the other reasons why it's just a rest from interviews is, well, my granddad was kind of sick and couldn't really do interviews and applications at the same time as just cleaning up after stuff. So there is that. Anyway, though, on to the. Oh wait, I didn't check who actually sent the first story in, did I? Shit. Wrong one. I always click on the wrong fucking thing. Every time without fail. Really annoying. There it is. There it is. Sorry, I'm just, trying to scroll. Oh, it was Shadow who sent this. This might have been on Sunday that you sent that. On the Sunday of the last one. It's been so long since the previous episode, I don't remember. Oh well. Well, I guess we'll read it then. It's from Shadow, so it's probably going to be something science related, and judging by the title in a second, you'll probably agree with me on that one. Professor Brian Cox, maybe humans are the Martians. Professor Brian Cox has reflected on the possibility that humans could be Martians rather than selected from life forms. Suspected life forms from planet Earth. The renounced physicist told BBC Sunday morning programme there were still lots of unknowns and suggested that life on Earth could have originated elsewhere. Yeah, I actually remember this one thing in this documentary where effectively one of the potential origins of life is meteorites just hurtling through the stars, just exposed to radiation, and then bang, I guess life if it hits a planet that's Earth-like, and I'm simplifying it for detail. For like the whole point that I'm simplifying it is I don't remember all the details. Not gonna lie to you on that one. That one's gonna be honest. I don't remember all the details. I watched that documentary a while back.
I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's probably aliens.
Ah, so Think Positive is here. The man who will always think positive above all else. How long were you there hearing me? Hello?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, how long were you there? Because I started like the episode. It's like, ah, fuck it, I'll start it without him then.
Yeah. 3 minutes.
Ah, fair enough. If you want later on as well, we can see like your model if you finished it. But hey, that's a possibility. He's working on I'm sorry in advance on this one. He's working on a Gundam model, I think.
That's pretty much it. Same factory.
Same factory, okay. It looks really good, but I've never seen the anime, and it's because I'm stereotyped as the weeb of the group. Just everyone's just there. It's like, what do you mean you haven't seen the anime? This lies, lies, Harry. I refuse to accept it. It's like, no, I really haven't. Anyway, though, I said before, but I said I'd explain again if anyone like popped up that I've not done an episode in a while because basically just applying for job interviews. The only problem is I feel like I'm doing everything wrong in job like in application for jobs. I'm trying to do it, but it just feels like I'm doing everything wrong. I don't know. I know that you're not meant to like make things.
The thing is, there is no doing it right, so just go for it.
Yeah.
That's.
It's just it's a case of
if you can present yourself on some level confident that you can handle what's coming towards you, not that you already know what's coming towards you.
Yeah. Just and also as well, it's a case of like I couldn't do an episode with job interviews, and also while looking after technically Granite's asleep at the moment, but you get the idea. It's like with Granite being ill, I took a break from the interviews and applying for jobs. But I just feel like somehow I'm just trying in the wrong way. I don't know. But anyway, that's the reason why I've not done it in a while. Just I had interviews the other 2 times we did an episode, and yeah, there is that, I guess. And so finally, I guess we've got one that's we're back from the interview just grind, which was annoying as all hell. So anyway, back to this. Professor Brian Cox reflected that possibly from Mars. Yep, could have originated elsewhere. Is that it? Is what? Hang on. Do I just click there? What? Is that literally it? Let's find out. Any more to this? That's it. Unless they deleted the whole thing.
Article. I'm not sure who I should be more angry about the lackluster reporting or the lack of reasoning to make the argument. Because if that's all, I can just I don't know. I need evidence. Fuck you. Don't care.
I'll just click on this link, see if there's actually anything.
Well, science at the moment is genuinely exciting. There are great.
It's just a title and nothing else. Is that what all these articles are like?
Questions such as what happened before the Big Bang. But I think one of the most interesting comes from biology, and that's in the understanding of the fundamental nature
all the articles are
of
like
life itself.
It's just a title and nothing else.
What's the difference between inanimate and living things? They're made from the same.
I actually find that annoying. What the fuck? Okay, it's just a title and then.
Yeah, we would now have to trust the science and nothing else.
Okay, well that's annoying because how am I meant to disprove or prove it? I'm just literally what you said. It's just just believe it. Just believe it. No other detail required. It's like no, I don't believe you. It's like, well, do you not believe in science? Okay, here we fucking go. Laura Jones. Actually, that's the same name as one of my exes, but judging by the wrinkles, she's way too old to be the same person, and also wrong eye color. Laura Jones, the former grid girl who wants to be a racing driver. Oh, hello, we actually have more than just a fucking title to this one. Jesus Christ, they're going to fucking poison us with too much luxury here. Fuck me. After starting her career on the track as a grid girl, Laura Jones has sights set on driving her own car. Well, good luck with that, because, I don't think it even needs to be said about women drivers. I'm just gonna leave the rest there, and, to everyone's imagination. And yes, you are correct on what I'm thinking. The 29-year-old... Ah, no wonder she wants to be a driver instead of a grid girl. She's starting to hit the wall.
Hmm,
The 29-year-old... Oh, was that you? Yeah, it is you.
might be, yeah.
The 29-year-old from Hickerley in Lancashire. I can do Lancashire, that's fine. Works as a mechanic for Greystone GT, but is competing in test events which she hopes will help her get in the driver's seat. In 2018, it was decided grid girls would no longer be used in F1. Okay, to be fair, yeah, I forgot about that. Just the feminists being there, like, they look too pretty and attractive. Get rid of them. It's like, oh, that's good to hear. I'm sure they'll appreciate that. Oh, wait, no, they hate it. Who could have predicted this?
Didn't we do this one before?
Did we?
I think so.
Well, it's the man who lives in all the shadows. Hello, Shadow. Sorry, it's just I'm so forgetful from all the fucking interviews. Have we done this one before?
Yeah, because I was going on about how like her makeup was done up in the picture and the amount of sweat produced during a race.
Ah, yes, yes. Thank you. My memory's coming back. In that case, then, we have one which I'm not sure we've done before, and I guess just shilling for, I believe, Shadow's own merchandise.
What?
What was that?
Oh, this. The link's old, but yeah, buy one of them. It's funny.
buy one of Shadow's own 3D printed merchandise. Buy one now, I get 7 free. I think that's the deal anyway. I'm kidding. No. I'm fucking kidding with you. There is no deal. You have to pay full price because fuck you, that's why. Alright, so on to things that I'm pretty sure now. I'm not, like, reduplicating links. I think. Because memory is that bad.
If you log on to eBay right now, it's £5 off. You get a free £5 off voucher. So use that to go buy a Dickosaurus.
the man in the hustle. I like it, actually. I like it. It's not quite Cooper levels yet, but we'll get there.
No, it won't get there.
No.
Pretty much.
I love just the instant rejection. It's like, no. We are not going that far. How dare you?
Oh, wait, there's 2 bids on there.
When did
You
those
didn't
bids
know
appear?
the first 2 times. I'll be honest here.
No, it's not. Wait, no. There's 2.
But he did annoy me on the 20th time.
Oh no, I changed the. No, it's not bidding, is it? Yeah, that was it.
I'd have been amazed if someone actually was
now
like.
not bidding.
I'd find it funny if someone actually was bidding as we were doing this. It's like, okay, well, that works.
No, it's a buy it now.
Ah, shame.
I changed it because I got sick of having to relist it every week.
Ah, fair enough. I don't really know how to do much eBay shit, so there is
Take pictures, write bullshit, post on eBay, make money.
Gotcha. I did try doing eBay stuff in the past, but I actually ended up losing money out of it. Effectively, the label wouldn't print from the website, so I wasn't able to sell it and make profit off of it. It was just, yeah, deliver it to this person for free. It's like, no, they bought it. I'm trying to, like, get the label so I can print it at the post office. No, fuck you. So, just didn't send it to them. It's really annoying, actually. British Embassy sparks fury by raising LGBT rainbow flag. In Indonesia, UK is accused of sullying country's sacred values, as ambassador is summoned for an explanation in... Why do non-white countries have to have weird names?
Jakarta.
Jakarta. Okay. First of all, I fucking love how these fucking SJWs don't realise that the rest of the world does not hold their values. It's like there are other countries that just don't like these things. Who'd have thought?
The embassy isn't another country, though. It's British territory. So we should be able to raise whatever the fuck flag we want.
Fair point. But it's just a case of, though, it does come down to the fact that it's like, oh, well, you're going to upset the locals who are in the area around that territory.
Deal with it.
Fair enough.
Mm.
Some nice tea.
We don't care what people get up to in their bedrooms in the West.
No, but they certainly care about bringing it to the streets.
That's how it should be. That's how it should be, and
that's how it should be. But those people certainly care about us knowing about it.
Mm.
Which is where the problems start to arise. Okay. Jakarta called on foreign embassies to respect local sensitivities following the backlash. Gay sex is legal in the world's biggest Muslim majority nation, except in Aceh. Same-sex relations in province may result in public flogging under law. The embassy posted a picture on Instagram of a rainbow flag on its
flogging just sounds like you're giving them what they want. Fucking kinky ass bastards. You want kink pride? Okay, we'll give you a public flogging.
I hate being the guy who has to ask this. What's a flogging?
You
Google
have
it.
these weird whips, basically, and you apply them to your back yourself. That's how I know it.
Right. Okay. So basically, right. Okay. What the?
It's like a flayed. So if you picture like a horsewhip, but imagine like lots of little bits coming off it. That's a flogger.
Yeah, that does sound like it's a case if they're just getting what they want, just with extra steps. Yeah. That is the mental imagery I'm getting now, and I hate all of it. Wait, is this the country where gays aren't allowed to exist, so they just transition them into being a woman?
That's Iran.
Thank you.
I don't know. Other Muslim countries might do it as well.
No, you'll love this. Okay, just look on. Bleach Demon has said, "I'm bidding right now," and then giving me the next comment is him correcting my pronunciation. I love it. Thanks, Bleach. That's a good laugh. Apparently, he's trying to get a Sardong thing.
It's not Sardong, it's Dickosaurus. In Sardong purple.
Indonesia summoned British ambassador on Monday to explain the raising of the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender LGBT for short flag at its embassy.
Oh, that's the okay one if it's just the LGBT and not the LGBT NMNP.
That's not the progressive one. It's not the progressive, racial tolerant, intersectional.
The conservative pride flag is absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Conservative pride is like, leave us to do us what we want in the bedroom, and if that's where it stops, that's fine.
Don't worry just about it, Islamic people. It's just this is the conservative flag. It's like I hate that that's a term that has to be used for this. But it's the only one that fits, isn't it?
Thing is, though, so like the biggest issue with the way the LGBTs are going is it's going after the kids, but in some Muslim countries they're fucking kids anyway. So
it's like what's the point of that?
It is kind of like if you're throwing the gay stuff around there, then it's kind of like don't do it to your kids.
Apply these standards equally. No. Okay. Jack Tata called on foreign embassies to respect local sensitivities in its country where same-sex relations remain taboo. Rightfully so, because honestly, it's
Taboo.
what was that?
Taboo.
Yes. Gay sex is legal in the world's. I already read that part. Same-sex relations. Yeah, I already read that part. I sorry for double reading. There is widespread discrimination against the LGBTQ community. It's getting worse already. It's already mutating, and some
If I was a journalist and I wrote articles,
Yeah.
I would start the article off with LGBT, and every time I'd mention it, I'd add a letter.
Yes, I like it. It's like it's like before Game of Thrones got bad. It was just Daenerys the Unburned, and then Daenerys the Unburnt Queen of the Dragons. It just gets longer each time.
But to be fair, in the books this makes sense because that's slowly also showing her downfall because she gets arrogant.
Oh yeah, but it's a case of like I like the idea of just the title getting longer. There is actually a real life example of this. There was a real life example of just titles.
Yeah, the
changing.
LGBTs. It gets longer and longer each.
No, I mean, like a
basically,
historic example.
Japanese history.
There's this one group of like samurai warlords that were having an autistic fight over who gets to rule all of Japan, and as they kept on like their territory kept changing hands, they kept on giving themselves new titles, and so unironically their names were changing constantly, like they were Pokemon constantly evolving, and it's really annoying for historians to go through it because it's a case of. And, oh great, his name changed again, so we now need to, like, find the documents that reference this name. And it just gets really awkward really quickly, and I do not envy those historians at all.
There's lots of situations like that, particularly with, if you look at communists. They're
Oh,
always
really?
changing. Yeah.
Well, so that was the first one that came to
Stalin's
mind.
name wasn't Stalin. I don't think Lenin's name was Lenin. Trotsky was called something else. Fucking the Cambodia guy. Pol Pot. His name was not Pol Pot.
Yeah.
I think Mao had a different name as well. They've all got different fucking names.
Were these people just weebs in the making or something? Just before weebery became a thing?
No, I think it's more the fact that they started off where that they would want to hide their identities when they use a chosen name because I mean Stalin literally means steel in Russian, so he was known as the man of steel. So it's kind of like
That's kind of fitting for communism, though, as well, isn't it?
strong man thing, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a case of like, oh, I thought you meant steal as in to steal something as into theft, which would have been really fitting for communism.
No, the man of steel he was called.
Gotcha. Okay, I took the wrong meaning, which ironically would have been a fitting mean. But anyway, gay sex is. Oh, fuck's sake! I keep rereading the same thing. There is widespread discrimination against the. That's where I was up to. There's widespread discrimination against the LGBTQ community, and some gay individuals have been arrested under the anti-pornography law. Are they filming themselves every time and gathering evidence? The retards. That reminds me of this case where these kids.
By the sounds of it, so that the filming it is the crime. The actual doing it isn't.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like they've got anti-pornography laws, which are.
All I'm saying is bring back the closet.
Yeah, good idea, actually.
I see no downsides.
It's like it's a case of there are no straight pride parades where we talk about how we do certain things. So why should there be gay pride parades?
There was a straight pride parade. The straight pride parade in the US and was led by Milo Yiannopoulos.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was a good troll.
Look, it's a case of it's a troll and it's a meme, but you get what I'm saying, though, don't you? It's a case of, in that sense, because it's behind closed doors, you could say that the whole.
Oh, do you know who else got to march with the straight pride parade?
Who did?
Gays for Trump. they weren't allowed to. They weren't allowed to join the LGBT march So they were like, "Fuck you, we'll go do the straight pride parade." It turns out the straight pride is more inclusive than the gay pride.
Oh, Shadow, you have no idea how much of a cheer up I need from this. I might have like been with essentially the potential of my granddad being ill, like been stressed at you in the past few days. But thanks, like these are good cheer ups. Not showing my face on the stream, but ended up nearly just crying from fucking laughter at that. Thanks. All right, but one of the points I was gonna make though is when it comes to straight couples, like nothing is sort of done other than degenerates. Nothing is sort of done publicly. That stuff is behind closed doors. You could argue that stuff is closeted. So
I don't know. There's a whole category on there's a whole category on porn websites for public
like
public
I said,
sex.
discounting degeneracy. Which I might start sneezing at degeneracy again. The joke that you put at the barbecue, that I'm allergic to it.
You could say the same about the gays. Like, the only people that are flaunting it in public are the degenerate ones. Like, there's plenty of conservative gays who are just like, well, we do that at home.
Well, maybe Bible bash them until they start doing it just in private then.
I mean, look at like Stephen Fry. He's gay, but it's not like it's a thing about his personality or anything. He's just like...
At the risk of this channel getting taken down, there are the gays and then there are the queers.
Pretty much.
There are
That's
the
actually the first time I heard that Douglas Murray is in fact gay. I didn't know that for years, and I was fine.
Yeah,
with it.
because it's not like a thing, is it? It's just they get on with their lives.
He's just gay. He isn't queer. It's just that he's gay and he doesn't give a shit.
Okay, what about Freddie Mercury? Because he flaunted his fucking flamboyance, but he was never like, I'm gonna fuck a load of men in public, was he? He was pretty out and obvious. He never kind of said, I'm gay, or anything like that, but it was always very obvious, but it was always still like, because that was like so let's say the more sort of camp gays that are still gay and not like, they're a bit in your face because they act differently, but they're not talking about all like, they're not constantly going on about how they want to fuck guys. They're just a bit fucking camp. They probably freak you out, Harry, but they're usually all right as well.
The thing is the best way I can put this is it's a case of that feels like I don't really have a good answer for it, because it's a case of, like, if you give an inch, then it's a case of, ooh, then take a mile from that. It's a case of, well, the immoral sense of, well, if I just bring the hammer down as hard as possible with no fucking wiggle room, then fine, fuck it, all of it's gone.
Yeah, but then you're a tyrannical authoritarian.
Yeah, that is the issue.
You need to be shot.
That's the issue right there. You've found the exact problem that I'm just sat there. It's like, yeah, but it would get rid of the problem, but at the same time, then it's just too much. What do you do?
Stop waving your dick around in public. Nobody wants to see it.
Solutions of any kind.
What was it? That thing that they said about that people said about religion. It's like, it's okay to have religion, and it's okay to do whatever you want with it in private. But like, yeah, it was like, religion's like a penis. It's okay to have one, and it's okay to enjoy it in private, but don't go waving it around in public all the fucking time. Nobody wants to know.
And same, like, I kind of think maybe essentially, like, there's I think that attitude definitely applies to the quiz. Yes. Nobody wants to know. Just please fuck off. Make it just more bearable for me to visit my dad's side of the family in Brighton, please. Oh my god. I do not want to go to a fucking museum and see the shit that was in that museum again. I was just hoping for some nice culture there, because there is actually some interesting history. There is some history.
I went to the Sex Museum in Amsterdam once. That was quite funny.
Basically, when I say I was hoping to find some culture, there is actually some like history and shit that went on in Brighton, which can make it interesting. However, in the museum, there is a whole fucking section of the art museum dedicated to removed genitals in jars.
Ah, Jesus, that's insane.
And I'm just sat there.
It sounds like something that Dr. Mengele would do.
Yep. And I'm also just sort of just thinking to myself, why is Brighton like this? Why is
You've
it?
got to put that stuff somewhere. Be glad it's not in your town.
Yeah, but can we just remove Brighton from the map?
Then where do you want to put all the degeneracy? Put it in your town?
Well, what if we do it pretty much literally? Just blank spot on the map. Nothing else happens, just there's a blank spot on the map. Physically, nothing changes. Just the map changes.
That would probably cause a whole host of other issues, though.
Yeah, it's still beautiful exists.
Oh, not gonna lie, that does feel like a good solution. MC last week posted a pic on Instagram. That was it. Flagging its premises to mark the International Day Against Homophobia. It's like, oh, here we go. Biphobia and transphobia. It's like, oh, well, you don't want to do that in a Muslim country, you idiot.
Biphobia.
The thing is this one makes the least amount of sense to me, right? Like, biphobia makes the least amount of sense, especially like if it's like you're a guy. Why would you be worried about your girlfriend being bi? Because then you get to have a threesome.
She might run away with a girl.
Granted, there is that.
Then the relationship isn't exclusive anymore.
Fair enough. I wasn't really fair enough. But I was thinking like
there might be some weird freak of nature, degenerate something, but the idea of threesome never really did much for me.
It's sort of back before like Shoe and Head went completely fucking crazy. It's like she was doing one of those videos where essentially it's just women asking men questions and she was just answering it for them. And one of the questions was, why do men like having two women together? And it's a case of, here's this thing I like, it's a chocolate bar. Here's this other thing I like, it's another chocolate bar. And it just puts the two of them together. It's like, I wonder if I'll like this even more. It's like, yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
Wait, Bleach Demon put something. Speaking of titles, Peter Buttigieg, Mayor of South...
Butt judge. The gay butt... The butt judge, he went and took fucking maternity leave, didn't he?
Oh, God.
Or paternity. I don't know, it's a gay relationship, so one of them apparently gave birth or something, or they adopted, or one of them probably fucked somebody, and then they tell her to fuck off, and then take the child and raise the kid in the gayness.
Oh no, that child had no chance. I feel bad for that kid. No.
Bleach saying, read the Bleach comment.
Speaking of titles, Pete Buttigieg, Mayor of South Bend, Secretary of Transportation, Sucker of Dongs, Proof of Substances, Waster of Time. Yes, pretty much there, right? Pretty much that right there. So that one's the one that doesn't make sense to me. But thanks for the laugh, Bleach. Thanks for the laugh. It was accomplished by a message of support for LGBTQ rights. What fucking rights do gay and queer and lesbian and trans people need that others don't have already? What? Oh, shit.
They don't. That's the point of rights. Everybody has the same rights. They need to shut the fuck up. You've got the right to fuck who you like. There you go. You've got the right to marry who you like. That's it.
What more do you fucking need? Why haven't you stopped protesting
You don't have the right to diddle kids.
I don't know why they keep fucking protesting. It's a case of unless you want the fucking hammer of what's it called, reactionaryism, for lack of a better term, to fucking slam down on you hard, you've already got everything you wanted. You don't need to push for more. Unless you want there to be fucking backlash.
More women's rights. We need more women's rights. Women need the right to vote. Oh, wait, no, they have that. They need the right to to own property. No.
It means a right to
uh,
accuse someone of being guilty without actually having any evidence, and they still get prosecuted.
The best argument against women's voting rights actually came from I think it was feminists shortly before voting rights were established in England.
Actually, it wasn't feminists. There was effectively there was the feminists and then the anti-feminists, and they said like, listen, we don't want the right to vote because that'll come with responsibilities. Effectively.
Well, that's actually not the best argument, even though I kind of agree with that. The best argument is, okay, the vote is being held by our husbands, our sons. We raise them, so
they
we
vote
can't
for
find
themselves to vote.
And not only that as well, but it then also comes down to it's a case of when you look at the history of it.
This is also on us.
Yeah. But it also comes down to when you look at the history of it, it's a case of what did the men do to get the vote? It's a case of insert every war in history and just the bloody fucking ramifications. And then what did the women do to get the vote? Well,
Jumped in front of a horse. You saw it. They jumped in front of the king's horse.
The men have the vote. Why shouldn't I have it? It's a case of, well, you die a bloody horrible deaths for fucking hundreds of years then. Kind of thing.
Keep dying. Die again and again.
Yes, literally, it's like, well, are you gonna do like the same sacrifice? No, I'm just gonna get run in front of, like, one of us is going to run in front of a horse, get killed, and now women have votes. It's like, okay, fuck you.
Die.
I can't remember if she died or not, but you know, it's a case of this. One did more to earn it than the other, you know.
I mean, not knowing whether she died or not just shows how misogynistic we are.
Shows how based we are.
Self-declaration of being based isn't based. Sorry, Harry.
Okay. The embassy last week posted a picture above of the flag. Premises mark the international. Yeah, okay, we already. Essentially, that's just the photo. It's apparently 3 in a gallery. I don't. You know what? You know how tempted do you think they were to put that flag above the English flag, the Union Jack?
Don't know.
Reckon they were
Can never
tempted.
tell. Never really tell.
The backlash ensued among conservative Indonesian online in response to the social media post. Here we go with me trying to read this. Alumini, 212 Brotherhood and influential conservative Islamic movement in the statement said the flag sullied the sacred values of Indonesia. On Monday...
Yeah, but it's on the British Embassy. It's our territory. We're going to display our values. Fuck you. How an embassy works.
Welcome to retard land. It's all retarded from here.
Oh, they're all fucking retarded on both sides. The British values are retarded, but the rejection of them when it's on the fucking embassy, it's our land. Fuck you. That's how embassies work.
I love it. It's great. It's fucking hilarious. It's like two people fighting over each other over who can be the most retarded. And I'm not gonna fucking stop them. I'm just gonna watch.
Like, if you don't like these British values that we're displaying on our embassy, don't buy our shit. Go on, I dare you.
The problem is they probably find some way around that with China at this point, or Russia.
You want to buy from China? Go ahead. Be a slave to China. You don't want that? I didn't think so.
We fuck it. Essentially, it needs to be established at some. Like, has anyone seen those photos where someone will buy like some sort of handbag or something from some shop, and it says "Made in China," and then on the label it has somewhat badly written English. It's stitched into the label saying, "Help me! I work in China. I have medical issues. Please send help." And it's like,
send help to where?
It's a case of, look, okay. At what point do we say these people deserve to be liberated? Because it's very obvious that it's a case of it's just out of sight, out of mind. Yes, these people are enslaved, but it's not in my country, therefore I don't have to deal with it. But as these labels start to show, please help me, I don't want to be a slave anymore, it's going to be harder to. That's going to look more and more uncomfortable. It's slowly seeping into being not out of sight anymore, bit by bit.
Yeah, but what you can do about it?
I don't know.
Don't buy the product.
Thing is, are you ready to start a war with them? That's what it will come down to.
So it was the thing that was said after the liberation of Europe, after the Nazis, was like, if we'd have known, we would have never let this about the Holocaust. We'd never let it have started do it again, and to never let it occur again. But it's like, no, if it's outside of our jurisdiction, we just allow it. We'll just put sanctions on. Even then, we don't always put fucking sanctions on properly.
It's very easy to effectively say what the perfect situation is that fixes all problems, but it's not always that easy. It's not. It's in theory, yeah. It's a case of if I know this in advance, like, well, hindsight's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, but we don't need. We know what's going on in China.
Yeah.
And it's like, should we act? Shouldn't we?
Well, I mean, the thing is, it's like on a moral level, it's a case of, yeah, we should, because it's a case of it's literally the same stuff. Like it's a case of the Uyghur camps. Hi, Susan. Stop censoring shit if this video gets taken down. The Uyghur camps. It's the same stuff as the camps that happened in Germany. So how is this not the same moral argument that people would have just said, oh, well, it makes money, so let's work with...
Hard to say. Do we have confirmation of death camps yet?
No.
Well, we've got confirmation of castration and forced breeding with the local population and like trying to destroy them. Yeah,
I know there's sterilization going on, but
I thought that was of both sexes. Is it just one?
It's mostly of the women.
Oh, my mistake then. I stand corrected.
I don't actually know, but I've only heard about it in terms of they'll inject women to sterilize them. I wouldn't be surprised if they're trying to do it to the men as well, but I've not heard anything about castration. That seems a bit.
I could be wrong.
A bit far.
I could be wrong.
Maybe chemical castration, maybe.
Yeah. Actually, as well, speaking of China, before we move on, you know how essentially just in a society where there's just no sorts of like values, you have people who effectively do school shootings, effectively because they're trying to attack the society that wronged them. In China, it's knife attacks on nurseries.
They're not doing that. They've got feds telling them to do it. They just find a kid who's been bullied and go, "Oh, you want a bit of like revenge? Here's some money. Go buy a gun, and I'll go shoot a load of people."
Yeah, I fucking wish the FBI would stop doing that.
They're not gonna do that. They need to justify their existence.
In a world that made sense, they'd realise, wait a minute, all the terrorist attacks that we're trying to stop are made by us. Maybe we should disband. But that's a more moral world and not one where it's just a case of, yes, but more money. Shame.
Who says more money isn't the moral position? More for me is the most moral. Me and my people. Why worry about those others?
Because they are your people.
No, they're not. They're on the other places that I don't care about.
Well, if they're like the FBI are American, so the other American people are their people.
Yeah, but what if you live in Texas and you don't care about people outside of Texas? Fuck them.
They're American.
Well, okay. What about Harry? You're European. You're human. You're a human. These are just categories that you draw in and going, I care about these people because they fit a category.
Well, in some sense, I don't have the right answer other than just appealing to a moral that's not just money.
Yeah, but how far do you take that? I care about all the people in the world, and therefore it justifies me to go around and police the world and tell other cultures that they're wrong and my culture's the right culture, and erase all the, like, go to the Muslims and go, no, you can't do this. You have to do it my way because I'm the morally just one, not you.
And that has led to essentially just American world police shit in the past, hasn't it?
America, fuck you.
Only way now.
I can hear just think positive doing the song. Just really quietly thinking no one noticed. I noticed. The action, along with publication of the picture through social media account of the British Embassy, is highly insensitive. Okay, well, yeah, well, British values that are retarded. Fuck you. They're meant to be insensitive to yours. They're not your values. The ministry would like to remind the foreign envoys to respect the sanctity of religious values. No. Just Chad, no.
I don't respect your religion. Fuck you.
I don't respect your religion. Fuck off.
I don't respect religion.
For me, it's a case of same sentiments. It's just I don't respect your religion.
Yeah, I just don't respect religion.
Fair enough.
Just go all out. It's the logical end conclusion to the
Difference between me and you is you're atheist, I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, that means you're just as delusional as the Muslims, basically, in my mind.
Fair enough. Ow. Control added. The influential Conservatives had castigated the embassy for flying the flag along the UK's Union Jack. Yeah, no, it shouldn't have been flown anywhere near the Union Jack, but not for these reasons. Because Union Jack is supreme over this flag. Fuck you.
So what's wrong flying it next to it, as long as it's not flying above it?
If they fly it above it, just burn the whole embassy down. The chairman of Indonesia's top Islamic scholars body, the Indonesian... oh, fuck's sake. Ulema Council said the diplomatic mission was disrespectful for openly supporting LGBTQ rights. We must
You're disrespectful for supporting people's rights.
Actually, you know what? You know what? I fucking respect the Islamics for saying that. It's like, actually, now that I think about it, where were we? Where was I?
I find it a bit fucking weird. It's like, it's disrespectful to say people have rights.
Yes.
That's weird.
We must reprimand. That's how you spell reprimand? I've heard the word before, but is that how you spell it?
Apparently.
Okay. We must reprimand them that as a guest, one must know their place and understand the norms of the country where they're...
But the fucking embassy is British territory.
I love how angry you're getting about this. It's really amusing.
Well, that's the point of embassies, though. It's like... you're... Oh...
It's like you know the meme where it's a case of like a sneak skill 100. This is retardation skill level 100.
The whole thing's stupid. It's like, yeah, it's stupid flying that fucking flag, but it's also stupid getting arsey about like, oh, we're allies with these people, and we're going to complain about their values, which they're our... like the whole thing about, you know, you have a guest over, you respect your guest as well.
Yeah.
Like, so, yeah, you give us a bit of land, we give you a bit of land, so we can swap embassies, but on that bit of land, fuck you. Stop telling us what to do.
Oh, actually, Shadow, I did tell Fractal this, but I'll tell you it now. Just some good news, actually, that I don't mind publicly saying. I don't know all the ins and outs yet, and I'm not going to do it like live on the podcast. But the local gym that I go to has job vacancies, so I'm going to try my luck there. It's a case
Good.
Of, I'm not feeling as down as I was before, where it's a case of I've got nothing that actually works for any job qualification at all. I'm not feeling as down at the moment, so yeah, there is that. But hey, maybe, who knows? It'd be fucking useful and practical as well if I did get a job there, wouldn't it?
Do it.
Yes, will do.
Ah.
Where was I? Supporting the rights. Though tolerated elsewhere, in the country the LGBT community has faced growing pressure on their rights and freedoms. Honestly, yeah, take away all of their fucking privileges, because honestly, it's a case if you want something more
Yeah,
than what the rest
no. Privileges. They
Yeah.
shouldn't have privileges. But don't take away the rights. Like the right to be left alone in your own home.
Fair.
It's a case of I think the way to fix the problem that's happened with pride parades is, and hear me out here. Step 1, a harsh crackdown. After that,
An age limit. Age restrictions.
yes, a harsh crackdown, and once the harsh crackdown has happened, the next thing that you just say to them is, don't ever do this again. Like, essentially just keep it behind closed doors, and don't ever fucking push again. It's a case of, we'll give an inch, and you take an inch, not a mile, or else. It's effectively the response.
Niccolo Machiavelli would say, be quick, be brutal, and after that, be gracious in victory.
Yeah, because it's a case of a defeated enemy. It's a case of if you give them kindness, it's a case of, oh, this isn't so bad. It's not too bad. I can live with this. But if you just cruelly just keep whipping them and whipping them and whipping them, might just make them angry. So what's the point of trying to actually seek a common ground then at that point?
Little point.
What was that?
Little point. Don't become your enemy either.
Yeah. Islamics and conservative lawmakers have tried to criminalize same-sex relations, and open gay people often face discrimination. Conversion therapy, including how do I say that word? You know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to, because of the meme about just electrocuting people, electricity to cure homosexual is still common, and gay sex is prohibited in the military. A 2020.
What are you gonna do in the military? There's only dudes about.
Exorcism.
Exorcism, thank you. Exorcism to cure.
Which isn't electrocution. It's let's send a priest in there to swear off Satan.
To be fair, have you seen what the gay people look like at Pride events? I think they are demons.
Yes.
I think they are Satan possessed.
Lol.
Well, have you fucking looked at them?
Mm-hmm.
It's like the argument against the idea of demons existing gets harder and harder to believe in the more you look at them. A 2020 survey by the Pew Research Center also showed that 80% of Indonesians believe homosexuals should not be accepted by society. Honestly, looking at what's happened in the West, I kinda can't help but find some agreement in that. Oops. Last week, Indonesia's chief security minister said the revision of the criminal code being deliberated by Parliament included some articles aimed at the LGBTQ community, a move backed by some conservative lawmakers. His remarks followed a backlash over a popular podcast that forced to strap an episode this month in which gay couple was interviewed. That appears to be...
That's a bit anti-free speech.
You said something we don't like. Kill that episode, take it off the air, done, gone. My tea's getting a bit cold actually, which is a bit of a shame because I can't microwave that cup. I'll have to drink it a bit faster.
You got a metal cup.
Yeah, kind of. Hang on, I'll actually just I'll just post it very quickly in the podcast thing. It changes color based on how hot it is.
That'd be interesting to microwave.
I don't think it would be interesting to microwave. I think that might be something lethal to microwave. But you know how I said before that I like the character Izuku Midoriya from My Hero? Well, it's a My Hero Academia cup because fuck it. So it's that cup. It's running a bit low on tea, but also as well it's getting a bit cold, so there is that. But anyway, I'm not going to start rambling about weeb shit. Nice try. So.
Nice try. I would try and get you a rant about weeb shit. I don't want to hear your weeb shit. Fuck your weeb shit. I don't want to hear that. Jesus.
Anyway, anyone wants to add anything before I go on to the next one? Because I just find, if no one minds me going first, I think this was beautiful, absolute pure retardation. It's like two people trying to fight each other on who could be the most retarded, and nobody won, but it was beautiful just to watch the shit show.
Okay.
So I take it that's no comments. Gotcha.
Next.
Okay. Parliament could burn down any day, says Andrew. That's
Andrea Ledson.
Okay, here we go. Parliament could burn down any day. Former Minister Andrew Ledson has warned as she urged PMs to get on with the renovation of the building. How old is this building actually? I forget. It's like really, really old, and it's not very well built for effectively like electricity running around all over the place, is it? That's going to be what this whole issue is, isn't it? Speaking to the BBC, she said the House of Parliament could see a fire similar to the one that damaged Notre Dame in central cathedral in Paris. Now, here's the thing. It's a bit controversial to say this, but I don't think Notre Dame just set on fire accidentally. And it's very suspicious that the police essentially is like, oh yeah, we know what the fire was caused by. It was an electrical accident. Yeah, but it's still on fire. How can you investigate it? Shut up, stop asking questions. And considering...
I can't change my settings. Do you hear me?
Oh yeah, sorry, I interrupted you. What did you say again?
No, I just was worried. Well, basically my question is, if this is a threat, if this is meant to be a threat, because I see the Notre Dame situation similarly.
It's going to be like the Reichstag fire.
Could be.
It's like, wouldn't it be a shame if it burned down if you don't give me a bunch of money?
I mean, that could be a threat, actually. Yeah. Now, so it could be like the Paris Cathedral then, Notre Dame Cathedral. But yeah, I thank you, ambulance. If anyone else can hear that.
No, nobody heard the ambulance.
Okay, I did though, so I just thought because it might have just come up on the mic. But yeah, I don't trust this. Like, I don't trust the Notre Dame fire as just being an accident. And so, yeah, it could be a threat. It's like, yeah, it'll burn down like Notre Dame did, which would be very fucking sinister. Parliament needs urgent repair work that could cost between 7 billion and 13 billion US pound sterling.
What? US pound? What?
UK, sorry. Oh my god. You know, like when that's the thing. Okay, I just did a Freudian slip. That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Freudian slip.
To the best of us.
I mean, hopefully I don't start doing it like Biden though, where every sentence is just a Freudian slip 5 in a row. A recent report said.
Poor kids are just as smart as white kids.
Oh god. Was that Bernie Sanders who did that as well?
No, that was Biden.
Okay. Good lord.
Sanders is still mostly coherent.
It's like when it's I don't know what's worse, the shit that he says when he's gaffing, or the shit that he says when he's actually coherent.
The thing is with Bernie Sanders is he's a lot more honest about his views. Like he's basically an open communist, but at least he's honest about it.
The one that I love though is, I'm not gonna lie, I think I wish it would have been great if just the person who becomes president after Trump is re-elected is Kanye West.
Yeah, he's gone quiet.
Sanders. I actually have a little spiel on him, or more of a. I think that word is fine. I actually am not sure if he understands the difference between democratic socialism and social democracies. I actually am not sure if he understands the fucking difference because it's giant.
You know what though? One thing I will say about Kanye West,
There is no difference.
you know
There's a bit of a difference.
you know the guy who makes those like comics, and one of them is like Biden eating children and people sacrificing children to Biden so he can maintain his eldritch abomination powers. Please tell me that someone else has seen the meme, like the fucking art, the comic that I'm referring to.
The one that the Tim Pool hangs in his office?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
that one. Like, there's one where it's a case of, Joe Rogan is going to, like, have a podcast with Donald Trump and Joe Biden's just asleep. That one. Well, there is a comic that that guy made where Joe Biden is offensively going over to, Kanye West, and he says, if you ain't voting for me, you ain't black. So he starts sucking the blackness through his Eldritch Abomination powers out of Kanye West. And Kanye West, because he never wanted to be a black man, he just wants to be Kanye West, says, but I'm not black, I'm the fucking dragon, and it just repels Joe Biden off of him and breaks his Eldritch Abomination powers. And I love it. It's so dumb, I find it great. It's completely fucking stupid. I love it. I gotta find that one now at some point. Recent reports said the costs could be kept down if MPs and peers left while the building work was carried out. So, is there a backup building? That's the first thing, because if there's no backup building where these meetings can be held, then it's kind of fucked.
Wow. You do what they did. They do what they did in Germany, where when the Reichstag burned down, they held their sort of parliament in a local theatre. But because the theatre was kind of round, Hitler positioned all the stormtroopers around the exits when they held the vote to vote him more power. And who are you going to vote for when you got the Nazi stormtrooper stood behind you with his gun?
You'd vote for Hitler.
Exactly.
Susan, do not take that out of context. Please. Thank you. Thank you, Susan. However, some politicians have expressed concern about moving out, and plans to relocate to Richmond House in central London were vetoed. In 2019, a major fire engulfed the Notre Dame, destroying the 850-year-old building, Gothic spire and roof. And, you know, did you guys know that there was a guy who came along and was just there as like, hey, I can repair it for you? You know, the modern artist type. And drew up on like a computer program how he was going to repair it. And yes, he was going to repair it by turning the spire into basically a glass dildo raping the fucking skyline and making it into an awful fucking mess for the whole city. Thankfully, his offer to repair the building was fucking rejected. But the fact that a modern artist even tried to get their filthy, disgusting, dirty hands on Gothic architecture disgusts me. Also, sorry, I interrupted you thinking, didn't I? What did you say?
No, it's fine. Basically, we want to make the same point. They enjoy the desecration. They enjoy it.
They fucking do, and they need to keep their filthy, fucking dirty hands off my historical architecture that I enjoy looking at. No, they fucking do, Shadow. Like, you're laughing, but they need to keep their fucking dirty hands off of it.
Calm down.
Speaking to Radio 4's Week in Westminster programme, Miss Leedsman said the same thing could happen in Parliament, adding that the fire in 2017 was only averted because the premise of the presence, that's it, of the 24/7 fire patrol. That is so there, but the grace of God, she said. It could burn down today, tomorrow, any day, and we're out. We've got to make that decision to get on with it. Move out of London, Gov tells House of Lords. Fresh warning over Parliament. Renovation costs. What it's like to work in crumbling Parliament. You see, the thing is, I've seen buildings in China where people can literally start taking it apart with their bare hand until it gets.
It's because it was made in China.
I don't even know how those types of buildings stand up. You know, like the one video of the guy at a skyscraper and he's just like taking pieces of it out with his hand. It's like, how does the rest of it even supporting weight?
Because there's lots of it.
There's a funny saying in Germany.
Yeah.
About buildings that have been built less durable. That maybe makes only sense in our country. These buildings weren't built for the 1,000-year Reich.
What?
That's funny.
We used to build for the 1,000-year Reich. Not endorsing it, Susan.
Why not?
Yeah, you should build for something to last a long time. It's like the way that I
The implications of it.
the way that I look at this is you should build every type of everything so it just lasts a long time. It's like, but that means it takes a long time to build it. It's like, yes. And
Okay, dividends.
I know. But stuff from the Roman era still fucking stands today. And then, I mean, like, there's some buildings you know the type of buildings I'm referring to there, they're already crumbling down and you've seen them be built in your lifetime. It's like, how the fuck is it that shit? Surely it's cheaper that you build the inconvenient building once and it then just fucking stays there for 1,000 fucking years. Surely that's more convenient in the long run. It's not
I hear pyramids last quite a while.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, that's not convenient at the time to build, but it fucking lasts, and it's still there, and it's still there, and it's still fucking there.
But what's it for? Nobody knows.
And then you just have the meme of like people just being there like, oh, ancient aliens, and it's like, oh, shut up.
Aliens done it.
Yeah, that was the purpose all along.
Humans stupid. We can't do shit. Aliens must have done it.
Or my favourite one is just the wee was Kangs, and it's just the floating pyramids just flying as a rocket ship. I love those people so much. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm unironically amused by the fact that it turns out that apparently Muhammad was white, the Egyptian pharaohs were white-ish. for all the historic evidence we have of it,
It's
but they're
great.
still going, oh, yeah, we was Kangs and she.
Like, no, you
That's
weren't.
ridiculous. And I don't even claim that it was because they're all white. That would be ridiculous. But this ignorance of evidence is still funny to
It's
me.
great. It's brilliant. I love it. I love all of it. It puts a smile on my face. I just love laughing. Like, granted, sometimes I am the object that is laughed at in this regard. I just laughing at retardation. It amuses me. Pure fucking stupid. I love it. Okay. The House of Parliament, which was built between 1839 and 1860. Oh, that's longer than I thought. That's long. I thought it was older than that. I thought it was. I didn't think it was like that age, but okay. Live and learn. I thought it was like a, oh well, requires significant restoration, including asbestos removal. Okay, that's
That
surprising.
makes sense.
I thought that would have been removed just by default, but okay, I stand corrected. Including asbestos removal, fire safety improvements, renewal of rewiring, and construct conservation work. In addition to a fire risk, there have been warnings the building could be damaged by flood or sewage. A sewage ejector system installed in 1888 is still in use now. It's like, okay, well, I guess it was working for a long time. In
They need to build it like they built it in 1888.
Yes, it's like they need to build these things that fucking last. It's like that's how they need to start building things, where it's like it just lasts and it lasts and it lasts. It's like there's one sort of like funny meme where I saw it's like an air conditioner built in like the 1990s or something, where it's like you can take parts out of it and it still works perfectly fine. And then it's a case of like one nowadays, it's just a case of it works for a month and it's just dead. It's like one of them, you just half the parts are missing and it just doesn't give a shit, and the other one you just look at it funny and it breaks. It's like, yeah, I think one of these was built better than the others. Call me crazy. Also, as well, I'm getting a surprising amount of distracting emails. So it's like, oh my god, no, I can't apply for jobs at the moment because I'm in the middle of this. But that's optimistically distracting.
Do one thing at a time.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
It's just a case of I keep getting them, like, you can't see it, I don't think, but I keep getting these notifications here on my screen that I've got another email, and another one, and another one, and it's just...
Wait,
What was that?
I assume they don't want to have an interview on a Sunday with you. That would
Yes.
be unchristian.
But it's a case of, hey, well, I've had 2 interviews on Sunday specifically, but I keep getting these notifications here on my corner of the screen, where it's like a case of the first part of the email, and it's a case of, we would like to essentially book an interview for insert time here, and I can't see the rest of it, and so it's a case of, it's somewhat distracting, but it's optimistic as a distraction because, hey, maybe I could get somewhere, kind of thing. It's like, I know I was sort of like down in the
What
was that?
Take the small victories. Take the small victories. They're the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know if when I'll be able to go to them, considering granted at the moment, like, he's still not fully back with it, but it's better than he was before. In 2019, MPs voted to set back a sponsor body with responsibility for restoration of the building. Also, humour me, I think I'm getting better with my dyslexia as we do these episodes. A review.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Shadow. A review produced by the body put the basic cost of the essential repairs at 7 billion to 13 billion UK pounds sterling, and estimated that they would take between 19 and 28 years to complete, or 12 to 20 years if the building was fully vacated. It said the costs would increase by 40% if politicians stayed put. I mean, 12
I
years?
understand.
What was that?
I understand.
Well,
Would probably still be finished before Stuttgart, so
the problem is I kind of see this as one of those issues where it's somewhat like discounting the damage that The Simpsons has done to society, because The Simpsons has done damage to society with just effectively everyone just thinking that nuclear power is going to kill everyone constantly. When it comes to making renewable energy, no one wants to talk about nuclear because it takes too long to build a nuclear power plant, and so you're no longer in power to take credit for it when the job is done. So no, you don't get to essentially just get the fucking glory of it. So why would I do it? Because then someone else can capitalize on my success. It's like, okay, right. That's one of the reasons why I think this will always just be pushed back and pushed back and pushed back, because it'll take too long, and then it won't be me who gets the benefit of it, and essentially just because of greed. That's going to be my opinion on this. Expressing.
Or
And we've all seen some problems like that, but it's just a case of at some point it just gets beyond a joke. Expressing concern about the project's timescale and costs, the Commission's or Administrator's body for the House of Commons and Lords voted to scrap the sponsor's body in favour of a new approach. And I'm just going to take a guess. That new approach is sit on our hands and knees, ignore the problem, and just pretend there's nothing going on. That the building is just not got any asbestos there. Just no problem, I don't know what you're talking about. That's just my guess. The commissioners also agreed to seek approval from PMs for a revised mandate for the project. Political professor Matt Flinders of Sheffield University has previously suggested the change was a result of a massive blame game because the politicians were shrinking from unpopular... Yeah, it's a case of, well, I'm not going to do it because then someone else benefits from it. It's his fault, it's not mine, I didn't do jack shit, stop blaming me, I'll blame everyone else. That's what this will be forever. Until eventually something happens. That's just my prediction on it. Last week, levelling up security, Michael Gove rejected suggestions the House of Lords could move to Queen Elizabeth II Central in Westminster while building was underway. Why? It's just used, like, it's an already built building, it's not a theatre. It's how is this not a good solution? Fucking retards. Every time. Anyway. Instead, he said peers should consider moving to alternative buildings in the north of England and Midlands and southwest Scotland or Wales. Okay, at least he's able to suggest...
I approve on the principle that that would get them out of Westminster and London.
Yes, actually.
Because
granted, yes.
Having seen what moving the parliament in Germany from Bonn to Berlin has done to us, it was a mistake. I know why they did it, but it was a mistake. There are reasons why we call that place Sodom and Gomorrah.
I mean, officially, Angela Merkel is no longer in power, but she still has influence, doesn't she?
Probably.
I wouldn't even say probably. I'm just gonna flat out say that she does, as a flat out just fact. I've got no proof, but I'm pretty sure I'm right.
Mm.
Well, I haven't got proof, but I didn't hear anyone say... Like, I heard that laugh, but I didn't hear anyone say that was wrong.
Well, isn't it a different party that's in power now?
Yes, but is it the one that was
Yeah,
anti-establishment, or is it another establishment party?
Still establishment, but
Yeah,
Exactly.
political situation in Germany. Merkel's MO was literally taking cues from the Green Party for the last, 10 years or so.
Hmm.
So the only difference is that now we have a even more motivated Green Party as part of our official government that just simply wants to do the same things.
I have to ask, is your
It's
country
more
just
free.
castrated or something? Always voting for this shit?
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
thanks for the honesty.
There are some aspects of my country that I've just given up on. I'll be honest with that. Maybe it surprises me, but I think it's futile. I think it doesn't serve me well to have too much hope in this regard.
I mean, it's a case of, like, I get you. Like, it's a case of, with Germany, it's a case of, they want to try and, like, hold the guilt of what happened in World War II, but it's a case of, like, okay, that's not healthy. It's not fucking healthy at all. Please don't do that to yourself.
Not 3 generations on, definitely not.
Like, the first generation, I mean, sure, that makes sense. The second generation, you're stretching it a little bit. Third generation, no. Good thing?
Yeah, but convince anybody of that. Convince any critical mass of that. Good luck.
Yeah, it is really bad. Shame. Like I said, castrated country. But benchmark peer Baroness Heyman claimed Mr. Grove's suggestion was punishment for the House of Lords voting down parts of government bills. Okay. That's the cards that we're going to play, is it? You can hear the full interview with Andrea Lemison on Week in Westminster on Radio 4 at 11 o'clock on Sunday. No is the answer to that. Wait a minute. Bleach Demon said nothing. Wait, Kanye is too old for Biden to prey upon. Yes, he is. He is too old for Biden to prey upon. I like that comment, I'm not going to lie, Bleach Demon. And that's one of the reasons why he's the dragon, and I fucking love that comment, that comic. So if someone has it, please message me it, because I find it hilarious. Okay, on to the next one then. Oh no. I think I already know what this one's going to be about. And
Funny picture, not good.
I'm just going to check. Is this one from Shadow?
This sounds like the leak. Yes, it's a leak.
It's from Shadow again. Okay. Open the thing. There we go. So, thousands of photographs from the heart of China's highly secretive system of mass incarceration in Xinjiang, as well as...
Oh, is this the BBC? Yeah.
Yes, as well as shoot-to-kill policy for those who try to escape. There are among a huge cachet. How do you say that word?
Cachet.
Cache?
I'm struggling on this one. I know what it means, but for some reason I can't remember how to say it or how to read it. A huge, fuck it. A huge collection of data hacked from police computer systems in the region. The Zhejiang police files, as they're being called, were passed to the BBC earlier this year after a month-long effort to investigate and authenticate them. They can be shown to offer significant new insights into the... Oh, fuck's sake. 1 second, my grand's calling. Alright, sorry about that. What's it called? Because of all the blood that he lost, his body's not fully recovered in strength, and so basically he was just... I just wanted to check if he needed me to help him walk. 6 hours of blood just pouring out of you is not good. Yeah, fucking does a number on you. Anyway, right, where was I up to? Now that I know that he's alright. He didn't know where he was because he had to, take a nap. Because your body heals faster while it's sleeping anyway. So it was a good idea to effectively just, leave them to sleep. Authenticate them. Shown amongst different insights. I am no longer muted, am I? No, I'm not.
No.
Insights to the of the region of... Oh, how do you say this version of Uyghur? No, that's not it.
Well,
I
Muslim.
think that's right.
Uyghur Muslim.
Is that how it's spelt?
Yes.
Why is it spelt like that?
Because it's not English.
Granted, Uyghur and other Turkish minorities. Their publication condolences with recent arrival in China of the United Nations Human Rights Commission, Michael Beckett, for the controversial visit to Xinjiang with the critics' concerns that in integrity, her what's that word say?
What?
That one. Hang on. I'm gonna just get
Itinerary.
Thank you, itinerary. I was about to just like Google Translate that to essentially just check.
It's in English.
Well, no, but it's a case of like that word was just one that I was just like struggling to read, which some people are probably going to take the piss out of me for later, but fair enough. Itinerary.
You have enough of dyslexics in here. That would be uncouth of me.
Tyranny will be under the tight control of the government. No, I am actually going to get, because this word really is annoying me, I am going to get Google Translate on that word in particular.
Just replace it with browser history.
What? What did you say?
Just say browser history, even though it doesn't fit. Makes it funnier.
Okay. Ah, fucking no, not French. No, get off me. That's disgusting. How could you do this to me? Oh my god! Stop it! Stop it! Fuck off!
Cash. Cash.
It's literally just cash. That's okay. That's annoying. I was expecting something else, but okay. The cache reveals. The cache reveals in unprecedented detail China's use of re-education camps. And isn't that what they called just the fucking concentration camps in Germany as well?
Yep.
Yep, okay. That's nice.
That's what they're called in North Korea as well.
Yep. That's perfect. That's just wonderful news to hear. I love all of it. Can you sense my fucking sarcasm? Camps and formal prisoners as two separate but related systems of mass detention of Uyghurs. And seriously calls into question its well-honed public narrative about both. The government's claim that re-education camps built across the Xinjiang since 2017 are nothing more than schools is contrasted by internal police instructions regarding roster and never before seen images of detainees. Now, they say never before seen, but I bet anyone who's been on Live Leaks or 4chan's probably seen them before. Probably.
Or similar.
What was that? Or similar, yeah. Have you seen the one where there's a factory steel worker who throws themselves into the vat of just molten steel because his life is too depressing? And the problem is that someone did it before him, so they put up a suicide net. So, like, he throws himself into the molten steel, lands on the fucking net, and he just starts burning from the heat, but he doesn't fall in the steel and die. It's like, alright. That's fucking horrifying. Why would you do this? Just let the poor bastard die.
No, you must live. You must help to produce a great China.
It's just fucking awful. It's just horrifyingly awful. Oh. Its widespread use of terrorism charges, under which many thousands more have been swept into formal prisons, is exploded as a pretext for a parole system, a parole method of internment with police Spreadsheets full of that word's gonna escape me as well, isn't it? Nah, draconic sentences. That's it. Draconic sentences. I got there in the end. The documents provide some of the strongest evidence to date for a policy of targeting almost any expression of Uyghur identity, culture, or Islamic faith. And I'm no fan of Islam, but this is going against a lot of human rights. And of a chain of method of running all the way up to Chinese leader Xi Jinping. Oh, look at that face as well. These people are not fucking happy. This reminds me actually as well how it turned out in Hong Kong. Some of the protesters of younger aged girls were found dumped in rivers, naked. When I say younger aged, I'm referring to this 15-year-old who protested for wanting to have freedom. And it's just there, it's like, what are you doing, China? That's disgusting. I'm telling you, Chinese law enforcement are not human beings.
Yeah, when I went to Beijing, I saw them kicking the shit out of a guy who looked completely defenseless.
The thing is, it's like a case of
out in public as well, not like hidden. It was just like they were just kicking the shit out of truncheons. It was really bizarre.
just what the fuck? Like again, I just don't see them as human at that point. Just look at this face and tell me that the Chinese are deserving, like when they make people look like this, that they deserve to be treated as human. The hacked
like a mugshot.
Reference how they think about freedom, because apparently they enjoy the freedom of not having to think about things, of not having to make decisions. They can just shove us off to the state. Now they don't have to think about it. Now they don't have to justify themselves beyond their own conscience, because they have also shoved that up to the state.
I was just following orders. I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, unironically. And they see that as a freedom.
Sucking not freedom.
Freedom from responsibility.
Hacked files contain more than 5,000... Oh, sorry, did I interrupt?
No.
Okay. More than 5,000 police photographs of Uyghurs taken between January and July in 2018. Using other accommodating data, at least 2,884 of them can be shown and have been detained. For those listed as being in re-education camps, there are signs that they are not willing students China has long claimed them to be. Of course, they're not just willing students. Oh, hello. So, this is a name I will completely fucking butcher. But Halgu 10Q, age 50, is the first crying face. Status detained for re-education, October 2017. Reason not stated. In their own fucking filings, just the reason why they're detained. I don't know. Fuck them. Just they're detained. Who gives a shit? This is the next one with the fucking truncheon right there as well. Oh shit! I will have to probably go for a second. On my way. You okay? And unmuted. Is everyone still here? I'm sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh,
Okay, sorry about that. Okay. Right, where were we? Open the right bloody one for once. Okay. So, I put myself on mute when I was like tending to Granite because otherwise some of the things that were said might sound a bit weird. Because asking
Yeah.
it. Anyway, some of the re-education camp photos show guards standing by armed with batons. It's like if I just scroll up again, it's a case of this guy is just like the baton just waiting to just smack him across the eye for no fucking reason. I'm telling you, just the Chinese are not civilized.
Well, there is a reason. He's a dissident. He's a counter-revolutionary thinker.
By just existing, he's dangerous.
Yes.
Black identity instead of a red one.
I mean, he's like a Jew, basically.
He fucking is. It's literally the same treatment.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the re-education, yet claims of coercion. Yet claims of coercion have been consistently denied by China's most senior officers. Well, they're lying then. The truth is, the education and training centers in Xinjiang are schools that help people free themselves from extremism. Foreign Minister Wang Shi said in 2019. You know, it's only...
Freedom again.
What was that?
That word again. Freedom. That also. But yes, they have a weird concept about freedom. Language games are something terrifying.
Yeah, it's a case of I know that you think that you're thinking correctly, but I need to free you from these ill thoughts. It's like, please go away. This website is kind of oddly designed, if you don't mind me saying. Oh, is that meant to be him? Like this first person? Ilham Ismihil, probably 30, detained for re-education in February 2018. Reason not stated. Many have been detained just ordinarily, outward signs of their Islamic faith, or for visiting countries with major Muslim populations. So if they visit London, they're fucked. Yes, I got a laugh out of someone else for once. That was pretty good, to be fair, wasn't it?
Now don't ruin the moment and move on.
Sorry. Yismup Ismail. I'm probably butchering these names beyond any reasonable level. 35.
Yeah, do it on purpose.
Yeah, the Chad move. I'm not talking your language. Fuck you. Detained.
I'm thinking foreign next.
Traveling too sensitive. Oh, okay. Ooh. With the threat of physical force again visible on the background of this woman's photo highlights the widespread use of guilt by association. Documents describe her son as having strong religious leanings because he doesn't drink alcohol or smoke. As a result, he was jailed for 10 years on terrorism charges.
Imagine being a bad person for not drinking or smoking.
Every day I learn new ways in which I am absolute just a giant target for these people. Fuck.
The goodest of boys has lung cancer from shrinking, has liver cancer from drinking, wouldn't do nothing. Promise. Anger issues, don't worry about it. He's a good boy. Would never break the law. Would never terrorism. But she appears on the list of relatives of the detained, among with thousands placed under suspicion because of crimes of their family. It's just dark as all fuck. Telugu Tilgure. 60 detained for re-education in October. What the fuck? What was that? A-making? What is he asking? When am I A-making? Oh, sorry about this. Okay, he was asking me when I'm going to mow the lawn. He said it in the most convoluted way possible. It's like, so when are you going to get the hay ready to feed the horses? Like, what? I don't have a horse.
Such a Yorkshire way of saying it.
Just say it in a straightforward way. It's like, no, I refuse. Accused of illegal.
You're not Northern, Harry. That's the problem. It is a straightforward way if you were Northern.
I'm just so it's like, just say it in a way that makes sense. No. This composite image contains 2,884 photographs of detainees from the cache. Photos provided of unique visual record of the way whole swathes of Uyghur society have been swept up into both camps and prisoners, person by person. Youngest is only 15 at the time of her detention. Oh dear, that's not good. That's definitely not good. Oh, hello. There we go. The oldest is 73. That's quite a wide age range. The Xinjiang police files, the title being used for the cache by... I need a drink, my throat's getting a bit dry. I've got this tea ready anyway. Anyone got any other good drinks that they're having for this this podcast?
Water.
Ah.
Coffee.
Oh, God, coffee, of course. You're not British. It's a bit hot, but I can take little sips at least. Okay, there we go. The title being used for the cache part contains tens of thousands of images and documents. They include classified speeches by senior officers, internal police manuals, and personal information. The independent details more than 20,000 Uyghurs and photographs from highly sensitive locations. Like, oh my god. This is, like, I know, like, the joke was with Hong Kong, it's the revolution of our age, but this is, like, the Nazi era of our age. And just every single big company is just say, like, yeah, I'll work with you and make money with you, and this is it. I know I sometimes say for a number of things, that is disgusting, but this really is fucking disgusting. The source of the files claims to have hacked, downloaded, and decrypted them from a number of police computer servers in... So, this might be someone who works with the police, has a conscience, and they might just be found dead, disappeared. That's my bet. In Xinjiang, before passing them to Dr. Adrian Zenus, a scholar at the US Space Victims of Communism Memorial Foundation, who has previously been... What is he asking? What is he asking for now? This sounds like this is the TV that he's asking for. Is it the TV remote, Granddad?
The podcast over or what?
Apparently, he's currently being terrorized by his granddad, or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah, his granddad's gonna say he's gay and he's gonna get angry again.
Christ.
That'll be the made-up story. But we were talking about the Uyghurs.
Oh god, it's such an overrun story.
It is and it isn't though. Like nobody fucking knows about it still. I said to people at work about it and they're like, what? It's even on the fucking BBC now. How are you not aware?
Still think it's cool how Smyrna every day made a see-through carburetor.
Oh. That's quite cool.
I know. You just take a little peek at it. I think it's pretty genius how he did it.
Alright, start the timer before the next interruption.
Harry's returned.
What was that?
Harry's returned.
Ah, Smart is here now. Wait, he's doing something live? Okay.
We were taking a look at a carburetor.
Okay.
Engine stuff.
Gotcha. Should I continue then, or?
Carry on, Harry.
Okay. Sorry about that. I was only... Okay. Source of the files claims to have been hacked, downloaded, and decrypted from a number of police computer servers in Xinjiang. Before passing them to... Okay, yeah, the communist room. Previously been... Oh, that's... Dr. Zen then shared them with the BBC, and although we were able to contact the source directly, they were unwilling to reveal anything about their identity and whereabouts. Yeah, I don't blame them. That's... Would you, who lives in the country who is killing people and putting them in concentration camps for not just sucking the dick of our dictator leader as much as possible, would you like to reveal who you are? It's like, no.
Putting the dick into dictator.
Yeah, literally. It's like, it's like, hey, reveal your identity so we can get you accidentally revealed and assassinated. It's like, no. Why would you even ask this in the first place?
Just say anonymous.
Yeah.
Used to be normal.
They say anonymous for everything fucking else. We have an anonymous source that reveals the secret of Trump's relationship with Putin. It's like, oh really? Do you now? But for this, you need to have their name, do you? Sure. The content unwilling to reveal their whereabouts. None of the hacked documents is dated beyond the end of 2018, but it's still going on, possibly as a result of a directive issued early in 2019 tightening the Xinjiang's encryption standards that may have placed any file beyond the reach of the hacker. Which is a shame, because it's good to learn more about the shit that's going on in there, but it's also fucking depressing as all hell. Give me this fucking drink. Police files for the Journey of European Association for Chinese Studies and has been placed. Full set of detainee images. Material is unrelated. It's okay. We have confidential documents. We have speech transcripts, and this is just awful. This is all just awful. Spreadsheets. We have images. It's completely unprecedented, and it blows apart the Chinese propaganda veneer. The Chinese propaganda veneer. That's what the word is. Xinjiang police. What was that?
Very near.
Very near. Xinjiang police files contain another set of documents that go even further than the detainees' photographs in exploiting prison-like nature of the re-education camps. The Chinese insistence are
vocational schools.
Vocational schools, thank you. The Xinjiang police files inside the Chinese... okay. The set of internal police patrol describes the routine use of armed officers in all areas of the camps, the possessing machine guns and sniper rifles in watchtowers, and the existence of shoot-to-kill policy for those trying to escape. Blindfolds, handcuffs, shackles are mandatory for any student being transferred between facilities or even to hospitals. It's like, Jesus Christ. It's like, oh, you're going to hospital because you can barely stand? We still got to put those shackles on you. For decades, the Xinjiang have seen a circle of simmering skepticism, sporadic violence, and tightening government control. But in 2013 and 14, two deadly attacks targeting presidential and commuters in Beijing and southern China city of Kunming, blamed by the government on the Uyghur separatists and radical Islamics, promoted a dramatic shift in policy. The state began to see Uyghur culture itself as the problem, and within a few years, hundreds of giant re-education camps began to appear on satellite photos. Like, that's the thing. These things are so big they're even on satellite photos. Like, they can be seen.
That big.
What was
That
that?
doesn't see much.
It doesn't need to be
anymore.
that big to be seen on a satellite image.
Fair enough.
They've become pretty good. They can be. I think they have a resolution of less than a square meter
Oh,
by now.
never mind then. Never mind. I was thinking that was actually like a big deal. But never mind. I guess I'm wrong.
No, it's 2022, Harry. It's not a big deal.
Okay. I'm not a computer guy. I'm not aware of how advanced technology actually is. So I just hear seen from space satellite image and I think big number without actually realizing.
They used to say that the Great Wall of China was visible from space, and it's like there's a difference between satellite imagery where it's telescopic versus visible from space. And they used to say that the Great Wall of China was visible from space, and it's like, no, it's not.
I mean, now that I think about it, you got a fair point. Okay, where was I? So that's another lesson in Harry is retarded when it comes to technology. I love having these lessons, not gonna
In
lie.
general.
Fuck you. TOP and satellite photos. To which
We're all retarded in something.
agreed.
Normal.
Sent without the Uyghurs are sent there without trial. Oh, yeah, of course they're sent there without trial. But fuck, I hate all of this. Can we nuke China, please?
That's
I
yeah,
wish it was-
I don't know. That might end badly.
It's a bit of an immature decision there.
I mean, I understand, but it's usually more complicated than that.
Extremely
I
more
remember when
complicated.
I was at school, when I was like fucking 12, 13 years old or something, we did a load of stuff about the Second World War and then how it ended with nukes. And then we went into the Vietnam War, and I just asked the teacher, I was like, why didn't the Americans just nuke Vietnam?
Because we were supporting like half a country.
Yeah, but like that's not how it was portrayed when you're like 11, 12 years old at school. It's kind of like, oh, this country was where the war was at this point, and like the last war was one with a nuke. So what? So why didn't they just nuke them? And then his answer was because there was enough nukes in the world to destroy the world 7 times over. And it's like, that's not a reason though. I don't want to destroy the world. I want to destroy Vietnam.
I love just that. Yeah, why not just blow it, like remove it from the map with nuclear fire? There we go. Problem solved. Everything is fixed. Any questions? We won that war. What are you gonna do about it? Xinjiang's formal prison system has also been massively extended as another method of controlling Uyghur identity, partially in the face of mounting international criticism over the lack of legal processes in the camps. It's like, oh god, what the fuck is this? Is this like an auto-scrolling thing that just shows all of the names? Like, fuck me. I think it
It
must
looks like it. That's a lot of squiggles.
be. As I get Anglo Jones to translate that, Jesus Christ, I got no idea. Where's his family from again?
Where's this? What? There's more to that question.
I just
I think,
forget.
I think his family, his dad was born around Singapore or something, but it was on a British naval base, so it was
Yeah.
British territory. Like the thing we were going on about earlier.
Yeah.
The fucking land in another country that's mine. Embassy.
Yeah. It is in a set of 452 spreadsheets that the dual approach is most starkly explored, complete with names, addresses, and ID numbers of more than 250,000, oh Jesus Christ, Uyghurs, showing which of them have been detained in which type of facility and why. Okay. They paint a picture of relentless internment in both camps and prisons, with row upon row documenting the brutal preying on of Chinese officials sent deep into weaker society, backed with big data surveillance tools to arbitrarily detain at will. It's like, Jesus Christ. This is just, the more you look at this is just depressing. This is what governments want in the West as well. It's just a big surveillance go burr. These are countless examples of people being punished retroactively for crimes that took place years or even decades ago. One man jailed for 10 years in 2017 for having studied Islamic scripture with his grandmother for a few days in 2000. What the fuck? In 2010. Hi, Grandma. Let's have some family bonding. 7 years later, we need to have a word with the police about this.
That was a crime.
Yes. Those loving memories that you had with your grandma, we need to have a word with you about those. The fuck? This is why those videos from Live Leak just don't fucking surprise me. Many hundreds are shown to have been targeted for their mobile phone use. Oh, this will be interesting. Mostly for listening to illegal lectures or having encrypted apps installed. Remind me not to disinstall. If I ever go for any reason, which I'm not, but just if I ever go to China for any reason, remind me to remove Discord from my iPad temporarily, for obvious reasons. Because if that, I don't want them finding like what's this shit on his iPad again?
A phone full of spicy Winnie the Pooh memes.
Yeah, literally. You're just there the whole time, just sending me spicy shit. Just there, like, can we get him caught? It's like, stop it. Others are punished with.
The same as going to Scotland.
How has oil not been found yet? Actually, that's the thing. How have they not tried to prosecute him yet for being a meme lord? It wouldn't surprise me if they have tried to. Or some shit. Others are punished with up to a decade in prison for not using their device in... What? What? What?
Tracking. You don't use your device, you're not being tracked, and therefore your social credit score can't be updated.
Go out and touch grass. Wait, no, not that much. Go out and touch grass. No, not like that. Your social credit go down. Fuck you. With well over 100 instances of phone has run out of credit, being listed as a sign that the user is trying to evade constant digital surveillance. It's like...
Yes. That's so 1984 where Winston's in the corner trying to... So that where the telly screen can't see him, and he's writing in his little book that his diary, and he's writing things that are thought crimes and all these fucking stupid shit.
Yeah. The spreadsheets show how lives are shifted. No, not shifted.
Shafted.
Shafted. Wait, that's how you spell shafted?
No. I'm saying that their lives have been shafted.
I mean, granted. Sifted. That's what that says, right? Sifted in search of the slightest of pretexts, which are turned into the broadest of changes. Picking quarrels or disturbing the social order. Where have I heard that before?
Scotland.
Not just Scotland, but the Voldemort of England as well. And then...
Oh, you're a secret Harry Potter fan, aren't you, Harry?
No, the Voldemort of England, the bad man who, if you mention his name on YouTube, you get censored.
Mm.
TR.
It's Stephen Yaxley Lennon.
Thank you, because both names apply to that, I do believe. I
Do
could
they?
be wrong.
I thought they had like all the newspaper articles were just like real name Stephen Yaxley Lennon. We've named his name. We have power over him because
On the internet, we would call this doxing.
You know what that I find hilarious about that is I can't like there was this time when I used to be before they went woke. Like after I learned how to read for a couple of years, I took up some comics, and there was one comic that I remember where this like guy was just there. It's like, oh, I've worked out that you, Batman, you're Bruce Wayne. Therefore, you can't do anything to me. So it's a case of like that's what the media was like. It's like, well, I know your real name, therefore you're wrong about everything. And it's like, well, no, that doesn't prove anything. And that's not how that works. There are still rape gangs going on, you fucking idiot. And if you're wondering how that fucking comic ended, Batman just broke his bones till he said, "Your name's Batman." So it's like, yeah, like knowing his actual name doesn't prove
It kind of
anything.
makes Batman's thing of not killing anybody kind of.
Well, he didn't kill him, but
like,
he did. He did.
Yeah, no. He's like, I won't kill anybody because I'm the good guy. But it's like, yeah, but you'll torture the fuck out of somebody.
It is pretty base though. Just make them in fear. Just say like, yeah, that's what your name is. I promise. Anyway, disturbing order. Like, that's the. It's just the most politically correct titling as well. Disturbing the social order. What do they call it in the UK? A breach of peace.
Yeah.
Okay. And then punished as serious acts of terrorism. 7 years, 10 years, 25. The columns of sentences stretch on and on. If terrorism label is even justified, sorry, I'll read that again. If the terrorism label is ever justly applied, it's impossible to discern among a sea of data pointing to internment of people not for what they've done, but who they are. That's kind of one of the problems with some of the shit going on with like with all the bullshit data going on with the Winnie the Pooh virus. If something does come along now, it'll be impossible to tell like where the data's actually coming from. It's
Winnie the Pooh virus. What?
like the coronavirus. Of all the data that came out about that, if a
Why
real
the
disease,
Winnie the Pooh virus?
well, it's from China. What do you want me to call it?
But it's not the Xi Jinping virus. It's the China virus.
It's the Kung flu.
Yeah, I know what you mean if you said that.
The spreadsheets entry lists some preaching and studying of Islamic scripture dating back to the 1980s, and then some more recent years, the offences of growing beard under the influence of religious extremism. Well, oil can't go to China then because of his beard, I take it.
No, he didn't grow the beard for religious reasons, so it's fine.
Yeah, but like they could take it that way. It's like, oh, he has a beard like these people, therefore.
No, you can have a beard as long as it's not for religious reasons.
Yeah. For this, the 58-year-old was jailed for 16 years and 11 months. Photographs in the cache show him both before and after the Chinese state detained his possession of Uyghur identity as to be illegal. Even for those not in the camp of imprisonment, Beijing police files reveal the grueling impact of such high levels of security and surveillance. The images shown at the Uyghurs still living in their homes were summoned in large numbers, and photographs with associated images, timestamps showing the whole communities from the very eldest to families with young children, called into police stations at all hours, including the middle of the night. So you could just be like studying for a test, and then you go to sleep, ready for school tomorrow, and just the door gets kicked down at 1 in the morning. You need to come to the police station. It's like, oh, fuck these people. A similar name filing system as that used for the photograph. This just gets worse the more I read, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
I love how no one has any answer. It's just, it just gets worse the more you read. It just gets worse and worse and fucking worse.
Yes.
There is no bottom, only a pit.
The endless abyss just keeps just staring at me, just wanting me to just off myself. It's hard to tell whether their faces betray the knowledge. Wait, what? It's hard to tell whether their faces betray the knowledge of the camps into which many thousands were already disappearing, but the accumulating spreadsheets make the danger all too clear. 5 months after the police photos were taken in 2018, husband and wife Torsun Menturigi and Ashi Turugan were sent to detention center after being accused of having listened to a recording of an illegal lecture on
Illegal
someone.
sounds.
Wait, so on someone else's fucking phone.
Yes.
So
Camera on the front of the phone that's looking at you, you can see exactly who's watching everything.
So wait a minute. So I have a thought about this. If I was someone who lived in China, and I sent like a video link to someone else, and they didn't know what that video link is, and they started playing it, and then they tried to stop the video. Once they realized, they could get in trouble for me sending that to them.
Unless they went and straight up reported.
Really censorship, not just censorship.
Say that again. Positive.
Really censorship, not just censorship.
Oh my god, this is fucking crazy. No. This gets worse. Say if you really
people that potentially might give you links like that.
no.
Repressive tolerance in full effect.
This gets worse. This gets even worse. Say if you're living in a city and someone is really good at hacking, and they hack like a bunch of like computers in your local area, and they all start playing this illegal like literature, then does that entire city block have to be arrested?
Yes.
Jesus Christ!
Yes.
Oh my god. Two of
And
the
they won't think twice about it.
Oh my god. 2 of their 3 daughters' photographs are also in the hacked files. Zarul Chijang, who was 10 at the time of their parents' disappearance, and Ashul Tudang, who was 6. Poor children. The spreadsheets give...
What you get for living in China?
Honestly, I don't blame them for wanting to leave. I don't blame anyone for wanting to leave, but they can't come here because England is full. Well, it fucking
What
is.
you can exchange them for, I don't know,
Yeah, like actually, that's
for,
good.
for less genuine refugees.
Yeah, it's like we'll take the refugees from China, and they can take our not refugees. That works. Oh, god damn it, Granite. Yeah! Alright. Right. Okay. Back to where we were. Did I blow out any of your eardrums?
Always.
You have to try harder.
Based. Next time we'll get you for sure. The spreadsheets give few details about the fate, such as children whose parents have both been detained. So wait, is this like Mao's Great Famine, where it's a case of, well, they don't have any parents anymore, so fuck them, they just die if they die.
Yes. China has plenty of people, so it's fine.
Too less brains to indoctrinate.
This is just fucking depressing. I kind of want to... It's a case... I feel like I need like a very fucking strong whiskey after this. This is just fucking depressing. There's a reason why I do these episodes on a Sunday, because all the shops are just finished at the end of these episodes. That's a horrible joke, I'm sorry.
What?
Like, essentially, like I said before, that I feel like I need to get a really strong whiskey. So I said there's a reason why like it's a good idea to do these episodes on a Sunday. Then the shops are closed at the end of it, so I can't. Shops close on a Sunday because like religious historical reasons. Did you not know that?
Petrol station's not. Tesco's not.
Wait, Tesco's not.
It's not closed on a Sunday. It closes early.
Well, I meant it closes early. I apologize for like, you know what I mean though, right?
It used to be closed on a Sunday, and it actually got changed because there used to be fines for big stores opening on a Sunday because of like day of rest shit.
Yeah.
But Tesco made more money than the fines cost, so they just kept opening Sundays, and eventually they just were like, okay, we'll get rid of this.
They should have kept it. Made the fines more expensive. Fuck them. The answer is make the fines more expensive till they submit. Is someone saying something? Because I can vaguely hear something on a mic and I didn't catch what anyone said just then. Your microphone seems to be lighting up, but I just can't hear what you said. Was that Shadow or Smart that I can't
Not
hear?
saying anything.
Okay. Did you see anything, Smart?
Nope.
Okay.
I had to check, but I think it's actually just a stream coming over through Shadow's loudspeakers and into his microphone, because I think I heard Smart's voice out of Shadow's blinking name. So
Gotcha. In fact, the closely shaved hair visual in many of the images of children is a sign overseas. Uyghurs have been told BBC that many are already made to attend such schools, at least during weekends, even if still under the care of both parents. I fuck these people, all of them. Photographs give human form to the policy designed to deliberately target Uyghur families as a respiratory of identity and culture, and in China's own words, to break their roots, break their lineage, break their connections, break their origins. Well, if you want to break I shouldn't say this because someone might be listening, but if you want to break their
there is
lineage...
no history before Mao.
Yes.
And there is no history after Mao. After all, we're at the end of history.
You know what? The thing that does annoy me, actually, is people on the left do seem to think that there is an end point in history. Like with... One of the biggest examples, actually, is stuff like with Ukraine and Russia at the minute. It's the case of... after a certain date, all territory is settled, there is no more conquering, no more anything, it's just no one just advances beyond this point, end of discussion. And so any person trying to dominate and take more territory is by default just the villain, and that's not the case. That is just not the case. History still moves forward, there is still stuff happening, there's still stuff going on. And this idea that territory never changes, so we should never try to defend against China, could ultimately lead to a fucking bullshit, stupid scenario where China actually, if every country were to take that attitude, that could lead to China winning, which is one of the worst things for all of humanity.
You try argue with the right of conquest.
No, you can't, because you just get shot.
Exactly.
As well as... Well, it's a case of that's why it's a moral thing to be physically strong. So then, when someone comes along who's just there like, I had the right of conquest, you conquer their land instead. It's a case of, it's funny that you thought you could conquest. Now, give me 20% of your land.
No.
That's a moral thing. Punish them for their crimes. Don't start it. Fucking finish it. Brutally as possible. And then be the gracious victor. So then the conquered land is just there. It's like, oh, I love these people. I actually have human rights now. As well as exploding the inner workings of China's system of incarceration. More clearly than ever before, the Xi police files provide fresh clues about its scale. Its scale is fucking huge, that's for certain. Most of the spreadsheets related to the country's southern Xi, known as the Konash era in Uyghur or Shufu in Chinese. So, this is like the scale of it, actually. When you actually look at just the like how big things are on the Chinese map and the Chinese world, the map on the world, this is still quite a large area.
Mm-hmm.
An analysis of the data from Dr. Zen's shows that in this one country, a total of 22,762 residents, more than 12% of the adult population. What? Are you kidding me? Were in either camp or prison in the year 2017 to 2018. If applied to the Xi as a whole, that figure would mean the detention of more than 1.2 million Uyghur and other Turkish minority adults, well within the broad range estimates made that Xi experts, which China has always dismissed. What the fuck? Okay. Anyone else getting depressed yet?
Nah,
I'm good.
Nah, I have already faced this demon.
just looking forward to when we get to fight the chinks.
Based.
Not okay. Well, this episode's getting taken down.
Listen, Bertie already said the gamer word before, so you know, and I don't plan on essentially just having super chats on this channel if it ever grows big. Like it looks like we may be surpassing like Sultan's numbers if we get more than 9 viewers. No, there's only one watching. Fuck all of you then.
Those are big numbers.
What was that?
Those are some big numbers.
Yeah, essentially it's like their numbers have been dropping and mine have stayed the same, which is kind of annoying. But if we do get more than 9 viewers, we fucking surpass them because they seem to be dying, which is kind of funny. Not gonna lie.
We just need more than 9, huh?
Yeah, more than 9. That's it. Promote the podcast everywhere. Promote the Discord so we can surpass them. It can be done. But the whole thing where I effectively sent a message a while back to Bezic, where I said, look, if you don't ban a certain individual, and effectively just say that everyone else, like even if they are factually wrong, they know in their hearts that they're right. So you're going to have to side with one group or another. And if you don't side with them and ban a certain person, who I'm not going to name just because I don't want to bring up too much of the drama here, then eventually your Discord will die, and more people will leave
Discordia.
YouTube. Yes, Discordia. Fine, okay. If you don't ban Discordia, because I'll say it because he brought it up, then eventually more and more people will leave the Sultans, and eventually your numbers will drop, and I'm pretty sure 9 viewers live is the lowest they've ever had. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that it's never been lower than that.
Pretty sure it would have been lower from the start.
I mean, yes, but I've never sort of noticed, like, that was before I joined, kind of thing. So I wouldn't know. Working with conservation of 14 media organizations from 11 countries, the BBC has been able to authenticates significant elements of the Xinjiang police files. Uyghurs living in Europe and the US were asked for the names and IDs of their missing relatives back home in Xinjiang. Multiple matches in the spreadsheets were discovered, providing firm evidence that the information contains real people. And actually, there's a video here. Do you want me to play this? Should we play this?
Boring BBC video, it'll be just play it.
Abdurrahman Hassan has not seen his wife and children since he left Xinjiang in 2017. Yet a search of the hacked files found this.
See the date.
Wait, you can hear that?
No, there's no sound.
Is there not?
No.
I can hear it.
Oh, it's fucking me problem then. Oh, I have your screen muted. That makes sense. There we go.
Right, okay, that's right. Okay, so anyway, I'll play this again because this is actually kind of sad already.
Abdurrahman Hassan has not seen his wife and children since he left Xinjiang in 2017. Yet a search of the
Took
hacked
his fucking
files
kids,
found this.
his wife, his family.
A photo of his wife, sentenced the documents say to 16 years in prison for a vague offence that appears time and again, gathering a crowd to disturb the social order.
What does that even mean?
You can see how her spirit is broken, he tells me.
Whatever they
Mahmoud
want
Toti
me.
knew his eldest son had been jailed, but the
They're
database
partly-
tells him for how long? 15 years for terrorism offences. Although, as evidence, only his son's devout Islamic faith is listed.
The thing is the thing that annoys me even more about this is there's the Islamists and then there's just people who are just religiously Islamic. It's like,
What annoys me is how we're fucking beaten over the head with all this shit about how we need to be tolerant of Muslims. When you've got this shit going on, it's like, we are tolerant. Fuck off.
yeah,
It's the most tolerant place on the planet.
yes, it is, and they still want more. But here's the thing: these people, you know, like how there's the gays and the queers, there's the Islamic State, and then there's the people who just are Islamic. And I feel bad for these people because their families and them are being treated like their Islamic State. But it's just you can see the hurt in this man's eyes. It's just for being who he was.
You're sorry for the Muslims, Harry.
No. I can have sympathy for someone who's being punished for a crime that it's just for the crime of just existing.
Existence is a terrible thing to do.
You dare to exist without my permission? How dare you? Chinese government, 2020, whenever. Oh, fuck. BBC also asked Professor Hani... Be right back. He's asking me to find the TV times. I think I know exactly where they are.
In the newspaper. It's-
The TV times?
Is he really looking up the television program in a physical magazine?
I don't know. That seems insane.
Because that's how it sounds to me.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, wait, what? Really?
Well, old people, how quaint.
Quite funny, actually.
I mean, you can't argue about which is worse. It's like using the physical medium to determine the TV programming or having a TV that is connected to the television. I've heard that excuse actually, that reasoning actually works if you don't want to pay the BBC license. In
What?
Germany, they've evaded this completely. They said you have an internet connection, therefore you have access to our public propaganda outlets. Therefore, you have access to it. Fuck you. You have to pay it.
He lost the
And they
fucking
don't
TV
even
remote.
they don't even have the decency to call it a tax.
He lost the fucking TV remote. Something about tax?
Taxation is
A
theft.
German TV license fee. It's ridiculous.
It
They
fucking
don't even
is.
have the decency to call it a tax.
It absolutely
You
is a
have to
tax,
pay
and it
it.
is theft. If I don't want to use, if
It's
I just want to
worse.
use the TV as a TV monitor for fucking playing video games, I shouldn't have to pay the BBC shit.
Yeah.
They should compete on the actual market and fail on the actual market. How it's
Yeah, but then you can propagandize using my money.
exactly. Wait, what? What the fuck has he done now? Oh, he's fixed it. Somehow managed to break it and then fix it within just less than like a couple seconds. I was like, okay, well he's getting somewhere then at least. But I fucking hate the whole. It's like, yeah, I want your money to propaganda you with. With propaganda you're not gonna look at because you've already worked out it's propaganda, and you're just gonna, ignore the BBC. It's like, but I still want your money. It's like, fuck off. Just fuck off. No, I want your money.
You have to pay for bullshit, Harry.
I don't want to pay for the fucking bullshit.
You have to pay for the bullshit.
You can eat my dick.
Gross. Fucking faggot. Oh wait, I shouldn't have
I
said
know
that.
a guy from Rotenburg that would do it.
Just flavor it for me. I mean, it's meat. You know, eat it.
He found no evidence that the images were fabricated, with none of the usual telltale signs, only computer synthesized deepfake, nor any indoctrination of malice digital manipulation. Malicious, not malice. A strange effect visual on the edges of some of these images, as if they've been copied and reorientated slightly, can be explained in a way that also lends weight to the idea that they form part of China's huge surveillance network in Xinjiang. It's like, okay. Just the photos of these people just goes on and on and on and on forever. The glitches Professor Fabric believes are likely to be the result of commonly used standardization procedure of facial recognition database, where any portrait...
Say data like an American.
You meant to say it data?
No, that's American. It's data.
I thought it said data. Did I not?
No, data.
Sorry. Data. Whereas any portraits that are slightly offset are automatically rotated to align the eyes with the horizon. This is, of course, completely intercontinental manipulation, he continued with in a written report to the BBC. It's basically just standard shit. After approaching the Chinese government for comment about the hacked data... So, did I say it again, or did I say data?
No, you said it right.
Okay.
Ignore.
With detailed questions about the evidence it contains, the media constituum revived a written response from the Chinese embassy in Washington, D.C. Xinjiang-related issues are essence about countering violent terrorism. Fuck off, you lying cunt. Radicalization and separatism, not about human rights or religion. The statement said, adding that the Chinese authorities had taken a host of deceptive, robust, and effective de-radicalization measures. The region now enjoys social stability and harmony, as well as economic development. It went on saying that these things offer a more powerful response to all sorts of lies and disinformation on Xinjiang. But there is no response to any of the specific evidence in the cache. It's like, Jesus Christ. This photo reminds me of this film based on true events. I think it was called 12 Years a Night, or A Night for 12 Years or something, where with this governmental takeover, these 3 people were put in prisons and just treated horribly for about 12 years, hence the title. And in one scene, it shows how the prisoners are taken on a toilet break. And the character explains, well, how am I meant to take a shit and wipe my ass when my hands are cuffed? So they get 20 guards to guard this one person just taking a shit. And it looks very much like that scene from that film looks very much like this, where it's just, no, if you so much as breathe without permission, we have to murder you on the spot. It's like, what the fuck do you expect me to do? It's just the thing. Just the mentality that I have in that scene. The Xinjiang police files contain another set of unique photographs that appear to only further highlight the extreme levels of physical control that Uyghurs are subjected to in an attempt to forcibly engineer their identity. So considering how shackled they are and how malformed they are from lack of food, I don't really think the shield's necessary. The thing that I'm annoyed actually as well is the fact that they have police written on English. Why the fuck is that necessary? I don't want to be associated with these...
English is international language.
I do not want to be associated with these people in any shape, way or form, by any way.
They have to speak English and if you fly an airplane, you have to learn English. If you go to space, you have to learn Russian.
I actually genuinely feel insulted that they have an English word on their authoritarian shit. I know that sounds SJW for me, but I'm actually unironically offended that I, in any shape, way or form, have some vague, minuscule association with these people.
You don't have any association, it's a fucking word.
I speak the language, and it's the international language, and so they use that language on their equipment. It's incredibly vague, but the fact that they have any connection... Oh, fuck's sake. But the fact they have any connection to the English language is actually the part that annoys me. They show...
Yeah, that's really petty and stupid considering what they're actually doing.
Fair enough. They show what appears to be drills for subduing inmates using similar methods to those described in police documents for camps, but this time in a detention center. When have they ever actually had to stop from when have they actually had to physically beat someone from trying to escape? Let's be honest about this. How often does this
Probably a lot. I can imagine lots of people trying to escape from there. I would.
Granted. There are also what look like...
They have to beat them on principle, even if they don't try to escape. The reasons will be found afterward, if at all.
There are also what look like indoctrination centers, again showing overlap between camps and prisons. There is no difference. They are all camps. So, comparing that to the size of a car over there, that's fucking huge. It's not as big as it could be, but that's pretty big. The description back in the detentee's uniform, place them, takes detention center... Satellite images of the external layout of this shown detention facility in the city of Texas.
Texas?
Texas. It's not...
That's Texas with an accent.
Well, I don't know how to read Ching Chong names, so fuck it.
You just said it. Ching chong bing bong.
These images match perfectly with some of the photographs, making clear that the images are genuine and lending further credibility to the database as a whole. It's like, look, at this point, I don't think it's possible to really say that these databases were just fake and made up.
Chinese say it all the time.
I'm fucking
Yes, you
sorry, but at this
can.
point, I don't fucking believe that they are made up. I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's like,
Yeah, and that's why we put you into prison. Why are you saying that the Chinese government is lying to you? That is impossible.
Hey,
what was that?
but
Hello.
Ah, the man who's going to straighten out and fix all the Middle East has arrived. Hello.
Hello, Snackbar.
uh, we're currently going over the depressing reality of just Uyghur concentration camps in China. I'm glad we're towards the end of this article, because fuck me. Fuck me, this is not a nice one.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of pretty shitty. I find it funny how the communists say look, we support Muslims, we're pro-Islamic, and then I'm like,
what about Uyghurs?
no, you're not. It's not the Uyghurs, it's the whole fucking history. Look at what the Soviets did to the Afghans. Look at what they did to a lot of Muslim countries. You know, they used to burn down Qurans and burn down churches.
I actually I didn't bring
Not
this
burn
up
down
on.
churches, burn down mosques.
I didn't bring this up on the barbecue. I forgot to bring it up. I almost remembered to bring it up actually at one point. There's this book that's sort of written like a comic, if that makes sense. Which it's a political book that goes over some of the history in which Middle Eastern country is it? Shit. It's written by this woman who might be. It's one that had like a history of communism, and I'm gonna really be annoyed about the fact I can't remember which Middle Eastern country it is. It might be Iraq. I think it might.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if it's Iraq. I think Iraq is a weird one.
Effectively, it was a case of she'd be really old at this point. It's a book that begins with a P, Prosophilis or something like that, and she, in her childhood, she lived quite a free life.
Right.
And then there was like a time when there was like some people who was there like, hey, let's have socialism. And then there was this Islamic crackdown, and effectively she had to then like leave and live in Europe. That's the summary of it, but some of the stuff, like, because it's written from a first-person perspective, it's actually kind of interesting.
I think you might be thinking of something else. Iraq is a different story compared to the thing that you told me. It doesn't sound like Iraq to me.
Again, I can't remember which country.
Might be one of those. No, they're not one of those Turkic countries. That doesn't make any sense because that's more Europe.
I can't remember which country it is specifically as well, which I apologise on that one.
I'd say Afghanistan's the closest thing that I can come up with.
I'll end up essentially just like posting like an image of it later on, and essentially it'll just be like, yeah, that one. The hacked files. Hello?
Hello.
We hear you.
Hello.
What's up?
Alright, thank you, Granddad. Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. Let's continue on.
Granddad, you okay? Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. Let's continue on.
I don't think he means you, Bridgie.
Bertie, he's not talking to you, moron.
I thought he was talking to me. Yeah, never mind. My bad.
Is your name Grandad?
No.
You have to change that.
I'm not. Fuck off. You're German. You can't tell me what to do.
Bertie's a father. He just doesn't know yet. That's why deep down he responds to granddad.
In the future, yeah, sure. I wouldn't mind being a granddad. But at the moment, I'm currently focusing on myself. I just came back from the gym.
You what?
Just came back from the gym. Well, not just came back, but I went to the gym today and yesterday.
cool.
Fucking hell, my legs are aching. My arms as well.
I'm
Ah,
gonna do the anti-gym, which means I'm going to eat barbecue and drink a lot today.
I
Nice.
think I'm healthy about barbecue. Drinking, maybe.
I love barbecue,
I do too. I love any
especially
meat.
barbecue. Amazing.
Vegetarians.
Even you can have a vegetarian barbecue. Little vegetables, it's fine. Like peppers, onions, pumpkins. Halloumi.
Correct. Just for meat.
And you put it. And you put it in.
How long has this been episode going on for? I think we should just wrap it up.
Well, that's Harry, but Harry's fucked off.
Sorry. I might actually have to start placing the beginning point of this podcast like an hour or so earlier because of his condition, he has to eat at certain times, and I kind of forgot what time it was, so I had to just set the oven to preheat. Did I miss anything?
No, I think we should just end the podcast, Harry. You keep leaving, and we can't really get through a story. So
Well, we could move on to the next one because
I mean, when did you start this?
at 3. I started at 3.
GMT.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, I figured that.
Alright, anyway, I think we're done with that article. China is a bunch of shit. It's a pressing bunch of shit.
Because
China number 1.
No, China not number 1. And if I have to, I will physically...
China number 1 at human rights violations.
Okay, granted, that's the only thing that they're good at.
China number 1.
I'm sorry that I keep on having to leave earlier.
it makes some good phones.
Call it a day. We'll call it a day, and you can go sort your granddad out. And next week,
Well, I like
Hopefully,
set
you-
the fucking oven now, so it's like set to ready for when, because he has to eat at certain times. I can't-
okay. So give it another
Mate,
10
if you
minutes
have
for
to
however long
sort
it
out
takes
with
for
your
the oven to warm
granddad,
up.
then you have to start with your granddad. No one's faulting you for that.
Mobile
even-
death ray gun. Mobile death ray gun. Blast Muslims with a lethal dose of radiation. Jail.
Creepy.
This guy's an absolute fucking giga chad, though. Actually, but yeah,
What you do is you give me just a second.
These-
Or how
Those-
about we castrate them? Well,
I love the idea. It's just mobile. It's like just DIY, just war crimes. I fucking love it. No, but effectively, I'm sorry. I feel like I'm just letting everyone down at the moment and doing things all like
Don't be.
despite effort, doing things the wrong way
no,
constantly.
listen, you're not letting anybody down. If you have to deal with your granddad because of his, whatever condition he has, then sure, go ahead and deal with his granddad. I mean, we're more than happy to wrap up this episode
Thanks.
in order for you to, take care of your granddad, because by the sound of it, your granddad sounds like he has.
Harry podcast voice text link. Click the link.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds like he has some, condition.
Oh, so this is a better version than the one that we've got currently. I'll delete that. New York mechanic who is building a mobile death ray designed to blast Muslims with lethal doses jailed for 30 years. This is somewhat based though. So he's 52 years old and plans to kill Muslims and anyone else who.
Now, scroll down. There's a video clip.
Okay. No, that's not it.
That one.
Podcast voice clip.
Those are 4,000 watt
That
units,
is pretty big.
and the instructions
There's no
say
doubt about that.
it needs 4,000 watts.
So was he funded by the FBI?
All 4,000 in this machine,
I can put 4,000 in that machine, but that doesn't translate
No.
What the fuck?
to choose
Oh.
coming out of it.
No, The X-ray head will only.
This is
You're
called a
actually
classic case of
transferring energy
domestic
from
violence. I wonder,
electrical
is it
energy
actually
to
terrorism?
uh, to ionizing radiation.
I mean,
It works in any way, yes.
I'm not saying that it's good, but I'm
I mean,
saying is it
even I know that
actually
ionized radiation is the shit that fucks you up.
Won't make that.
yeah, that's the
Do
shit
anything.
that fucks you up. I get that, but I'm saying they consider it a classic case of domestic terrorism, and is it?
I can't even tell what they're saying. They're shouting that much. That's kind of efficient, not gonna lie.
I'm not surprised.
Gonna get rid of that one. And essentially because of time, I'm gonna like essentially just rush through the last few bits, but I can do it. On May 25, 2020, George Floyd was shot, killed in police custody. His death, outrage. You see, this is why I love the left. I love laughing at the left. They're genuine. Like the left by default are retards. You have to have a retard level of intelligence in order to. Jesus Christ. Okay, next one then.
Monkey box in fashion. Oh, I actually like that.
Okay, I don't know why Bleach Demon sent me that one, but I don't know what the hell it's meant to be news-wise, so we'll just move on.
Quite racist, actually.
What was that?
It's quite a racist,
Yeah.
racist trope.
Prince Lewis compared to Devilish Boy from Omen. Oh, here we go.
Prince Louis is a fucking autist. Yeah, but he's still right next to the Queen. He's being a proper little fucking cow. I'm not doing what you tell me to do.
The thing is depending on what version of like autism you have, it's just increased senses might sound like a good idea, but remember the fact you can't turn them off. That loud noise still hurts, and you can't turn the hearing off, which is the issue.
I just want to point out to the viewers,
For generations, the Thorns have been a family of tremendous wealth.
I'm using my laptop and not my desktop computer. I remember in the future to use my desktop instead of my shitty laptops when we're doing podcasts.
So basically, because he looks like this, it's just a case of, oh no, the Diamond Jubilee is ruined, and it just looks so... the media is absolutely shitting crazy. Oh wait, no, this is Twitter, rather. But Twitter is completely crazy.
No difference.
I mean, fair enough.
I mean, I'm really much of a monarchist, but when it comes to republicanism, I don't want a fucking commune like fucking Jeremy Corbyn style. Plus, most of the Republicans in this country are fucking communist pieces of shit. So at this point, it makes me want to join the the royalists.
Yeah. Now I decided to include this as like a news thing to go over because when I first saw it, I did not pay much attention to it, and I thought, without a shadow of doubt in my heart, when I first saw it, that it was at first glance a real newspaper. Then I looked at it and I realised. So
that thing.
Monkey box in fashion.
Like that's how copy and paste newspapers are. At first glance, I saw this and thought, yeah, that's a real newspaper, and then got on with my day and then thought, right, what the fuck are they talking about now? And then suddenly I realised, oh, that's how much they just copy and paste and piggyback off of each other.
Confirmed, Harry's retarded. Just kidding.
I mean, we've already all known that, to be fair.
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
So, with that said, essentially, I'm sorry for having to keep going before. My granddad's getting better, but he's not fully better yet. I have one thing that I think that you guys will fucking enjoy, and then I'm going to literally just end it as quickly as possible. So, thank you guys for being understanding.
Phrasing.
What was that?
Phrasing. Ending it?
Okay, thank you for correcting my phrasing, but ending the podcast. Anyway, the episode. Anyway, I think you guys will enjoy this video, so I'll just press play and hope you enjoy. And I'm gonna have to start fucking linking everything that I've done in other videos in the description at some point. Anyway, here you go.
Mr. Depp, so you were saying Miss Heard was jealous of your
Oh,
career?
I've seen this.
Jealous
It's
would
great, isn't
be
it?
an appropriate word.
No,
I would also add curious. She would have many perpetuously playful ideas that I was some sort of otherworldly creature, such as the time she brought home a trident, which I assumed was from her role in the Aquatic Man film.
I love Pirates of the Caribbean. I hope Johnny's innocent so we can get another Pirates movie. Me too. They would have to let him back in it. They just would have to let him back in. You're right.
This video is canon to what happened in reality, as
She
far as I'm
had
concerned.
some sort of fascination that I was a fish
Yes,
creature.
just wait for it. It's great.
Summoned forth many moons ago. She would dig and carve my legs, looking for scales. But of course she was left disappointed when she came to the realization that these Lovecraftian truths that she was telling herself were lies, fabrications. They left me, however, late for many dress rehearsals for the Alice in Wonderland films. Those were the...
Oh, I never liked those movies.
I prefer it as Jack Sparrow as well.
I love Johnny and his passion for acting, but that was not my favorite of his movies. Mine would have to be his representation of Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean. Are you all talking about Johnny? My favorite is Jack Sparrow.
Just wait for it.
I figured it was an appropriate time for a
wait for
generous
it.
glass of Pinot Grigio to
Bertie knows where this is
calm
going.
the nerves after a heated argument and severe blood loss from which Amber left me mentally and physically wounded.
Your Honor, we the jury find Amber Heard guilty of defamation against Jack Sparrow.
My name is Johnny.
No, your name is Jack Sparrow. Deal with it.
We would also like to request the death penalty, Your Honor.
Yes!
I think that's a great idea! Bailiff, grab the stone!
The lawyer's just there, just dead. Yes!
Oh my God. Be careful with that poor creature.
Toss her in the ocean! If she wants to be an Aquaman so bad, then let her drown!
Look on her face, it's so realistic. It just looks so realistic.
Dear Lord, give me peace.
Grab his shirt to get the heck big baggy pirate!
He must be Jack Sparrow.
People, they've recast me. Disney will not be having me back as Jack Sparrow.
Well, that's a video by Meat Crow, and I think you'll like it.
Yeah, I think I have an N-word.